Fun on air.
We are now on the air, and because this is the new way to do things, we're going to have a little fun commentary like we used to, Bob, and then we're going to do the hard cut so that I know where to edit in the opening. So, there's a unicorn on the show today.
We have a unicorn?
Yeah. Isn't that a unicorn behind you?
Who's the
narwhal?
Oh, it's a narwhal.
Ooh, I have a shirt with one of those on it.
I don't have a narwhal.
Her name is Cupcake.
That is way better.
It looks like an ice cream cone.
She does. She is she gender neutral narwhal is an ice cream cone, actually. Their horn is a little cone.
Oh my god.
And I'm a fat guy. I love cupcakes.
And on that note, let's go to the opening. Oops. It's hosting time. Welcome to the greatest show. I'm DJ. Kevin, say hi.
Hello, all.
Trisha, say
people.
hi.
Hi.
Bob, say hi.
Hey.
And our very special guest, Miss Miniver, say hi.
Hi. And Cupcake.
And Cupcake, the narwhal.
The narwhal.
Here I have. If I can figure out how to flip my screen here. That's the button. I have a shirt of unicorns, and then there's the one that's trying to fit in, and it has an ice cream cone on its head for the horn as well.
That's Cupcake soulmate. That's beautiful.
And I think my narwhal shirt is in the wash, so I don't think that one's in here.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think that you've worn it this week, so I don't think it would be available for wearing.
I think I wore it too.
So for those that are confused, yes, Miss Miniver is new, and she is a cosplayer that I met at Wizard World Portland. Do you do that? Do you cosplay professionally?
I don't know if I'd consider it professional if I don't make a living off of it.
But you do get paid for it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, so then that begs the question, because I'm an idiot and I'm just new getting into this whole cosplay thing. How do you get paid to cosplay?
So it goes hand in hand with if you are being represented by a company or not. So in the past, up till now, I have just cosplayed while going to shows and working with Committed Comics. And so that's like reimbursement. I get like free admission to the show, travel airfare, and then the cosplay like 85% paid for, unless it's an original character from one of their comics, which then it's fully paid for. But I have my first big build coming up. So I'm building a cosplay from scratch, which will be, I don't know if I have the print. I might run for a second and grab the print. But it's being sponsored by a comic artist, so it'll be fully paid for, and then I will travel shows representing his original character. And that's actually a different category than I've ever cosplayed before. That's actually entering kind of a new area of cosplay for me.
That's pretty
It's exciting.
I would love to see the print, but I figured that you did, because I know other people that were at the show were getting paid to be there too, and I didn't understand how the economics or how that worked. Who was giving you to do what? That's where I was.
Yeah, it totally depends. Like everyone's different depending on if you're going with like a comic company or if you are like if you think about someone like Jessica Negri, who totally makes a living doing cosplay and appearing at conventions. So that's like a whole other level, maybe one day, but that's a whole other level.
Okay. That's hi viewer, by the way. We go in rough spurts where we don't have any live viewers at all. We get like all the views in the post, but I gave a lot of cards out this week, so hopefully people are watching. But
Sweet.
Yeah.
Did you share this on Facebook?
Yeah, share it on Facebook. It's all available. And also maybe the fact that maybe you've got followers that want to watch you live on a show. Maybe they'll all come too. That'd be great.
Yeah, maybe.
And because I couldn't give them away last week, I will totally give away the 2 Ruse books this week to live viewers.
Nice.
And I'll tell you how to do that in a second. First, I got to make a sign.
What a neat word.
What word is that, Bob?
Ruse.
Oh.
It's a cunning attempt to trick me. Bob, you've heard that ruse. You've heard ruse before. It's in Clerks.
Yes.
I don't appreciate your ruse, madam. My ruse? Your ruse. Your cunning attempt to trick me.
Yeah. Yeah. I love those movies. They're great. I still get like freaked out when I say something about one of them and people don't know what I'm talking about. It's like Jay and Silent Bob movies. Yeah, who's that? You know what? We're done here.
I got a lint. Get a marker.
Jay was at Jason Mewes, I guess. Was at I think it's the last Portland Wizard World.
That's cool.
We didn't talk to him though, or he was busy shopping for memorabilia at a booth, and one of the volunteers that I was hanging out with kept trying to go get her picture with him, like without him knowing it. She was not winning that fight because he moved a lot, but it was pretty funny to watch. Oh, I know. Let's see. You must have met DJ at Wizard World. It must have been in February, right?
I think so.
So
Yeah.
I always volunteer.
Nice.
I took that beautiful, beautiful picture of Jen Urso.
Oh, that's right, dude. Thank you for that. That's such a cool picture. I love it.
Anyway, go ahead.
So yeah, I always volunteer for different events, and then, I mean, because that gets me in for free also, and behind the scenes, and then if it's something DJ's interested in, he usually buys the ticket. Let's see, in June we're gonna have a Heroes and Villains fan fest of some
I was
type.
hear about that. I've never been.
Apparently this is going to be the first time they come to Portland.
Mm.
And it's basically all centered around the Walking Dead cast, or also the CW sort of shows like the Gotham and Arrow, things like that. So lots and lots of Walking Dead people. We're not caught up on the season, so there's people coming to the show that have never even seen on The Walking Dead yet, but they're going to be there. So yeah, that'll happen in June. And then I always volunteer for Rose City Comic Con, which is in September. And then all kinds of other stuff.
That's so fun, though. It's good when you can be staff at the show.
Yep. Yeah, I do that for all the nerdy things, and then I do a lot of the alcohol events, like where they do a cider fest or beer and wine festival. Then I pour at those. And
Nice.
I have a closet full of volunteer T-shirts.
Yeah, same. I love it though, because then you take that memory with you, right? Of that
Yep.
shirt. Yes, I love that.
Yeah, it's a more exclusive shirt than the one you can buy at the event.
Yes. Like I will, so during PAX, I will work for Xbox, and I just stick to PAX West, although potentially they invite me to PAX East and PAX South, and someday I might do it if I have the time. But people like offer to buy the Xbox shirt off my body, and I'm just like, well, no. If you wait in line for 3 hours, play for 5 minutes, I will give you the shirt that we have, but not the one I am currently wearing, sir. No.
See, now that's creepy stalker material right there.
A little bit.
Yeah, they should be able to notice that you're actually using it.
I know. But like one guy was like, I'll trade you my shirt. And I'm like, no, man. No, this is like a ladies extra small, bro.
And you're at 5XL.
Yes. So yeah, I won't question that too deeply. I'll let that one go.
They're totally pretty girl in tight shirt. Let's get that off of her as soon as possible.
That also potentially could be the motivation behind that. I accept it. I do. That could be. That could be it. Well, it was bad because the first year, not the first year, last year, I was in charge of Plants vs Zombies, Garden Warfare, Plants vs Zombies 2. And so it's like all these sweet little children, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I cheered them on the whole weekend, and like everything was fun and sweet. And then this last year, so that's 2 years ago, sorry. And then this last year in 2016, they put me on Halo. I was like, how different is the experience going to be going from like little 10-year-old sweet-faced, cherub-faced children to Halo? And I was terrified, absolutely terrified. And it ended up being the best experience ever. That was the year that they were like, we will give you money to take your shirt off. And I was like, no.
Absolutely not. Wait, how much?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Got it.
But no, you have to have Iron Resolve because I had pins and I had T-shirts and I had like the special edition Xbox pins and like all this stuff, and I had to just be absolutely like, no, you have to wait in line and play, and like you can't let any puppy faces sway you whatsoever.
At one of the Wizard Worlds, Millie Bobby Brown was there, and she's like 13, 14. And I think it was her first Comic-Con, and she did photo ops, and looking at the line of people waiting to do the photo op with her was also a little bit, you were kind of curious about how things were going to go, because of all of the, old men that were in line.
I took a picture with her. Yeah, I felt
like,
uncomfortable. I didn't want to. I was like, she's like 13. I feel awkward like taking a picture with her, and that's me speaking. I'm just like, no, I don't want to.
But it went great. She had a ton of fun. The people had a ton of fun. I think her mom was there, and they had lots of people, representing the con to watch over the situation.
Good.
So, but yeah, that was kind of a interesting setup as well. Like, I never thought of that either, because I guess I've never really seen a younger kid at a con yet until her. And it does kind of then make you kind of step back and think, well, wait, is this kind of creepy?
Right? Yeah, that's so interesting. Yeah, totally.
Did you dress up today at all?
What?
Did you dress up today? Today I saw a Batman and a Catwoman, and like because today's free comic book day, the comic book shops have like people totally cosplaying all over. I saw a Zelda today.
FOMO. I have free comic day FOMO because I had to be at a baby shower like for half the day. Babies are great, but you can't cosplay at a baby shower unless it's a cosplay.
Well, you can. You're just gonna look really weird.
Well, no, actually, that's a lie. So I did. I dressed up as an X-wing pilot, but it was like my X-wing dress and like the pilot backpack. It was very stealth. It was stealth cosplay for the babies.
It's especially stealth cosplay when the people that you're around don't get it, or they kind of look at you like, I feel like what you're wearing doesn't seem normal, but I don't know why.
Yes. I love that though. Most of my closet is stealth cosplay, let's be real. So true.
I saw DA when we were at Burgerville tonight. It's not really cold here. It's like 60 degrees. And this guy that walked in front of us was wearing this like long black, probably knee-length coat with like black fur around the neck and the ends of the sleeves and stuff. It was like very styling and out of place at the same time coat. But that's Portland, so.
Yeah, that's also Portland.
Oh, hey, can you, since you're, can you tell me about your gum wall? Is that something you know anything about?
Yes.
Because apparently we're getting one.
What?
Yeah, they started yesterday.
What? That's straight up copycat. What?
Everyone's like, we're not gonna let them out weird us. And
isn't that like like health and awareness issue or something? Like
no, it is so gross.
Only
but
if you
anyway,
gum off the wall.
I don't
That would
even
be
want to
bad.
go to stick mine on there for fear of touching another
So,
piece of gum. Like I
No
wouldn't
licking
even
the
want
wall then, right?
to.
That's-
Ugh.
I can't believe Portland is copying us. That's crazy. Okay, well, the gum wall is disgusting and awesome. It's literally a wall of about, I would say, well, okay, so let me start over. Every 10 years, they clean the gum wall. So they go up with these giant flat shovels and they just go up the wall and rip off the half a foot layer of gum.
Ugh.
And they just cleaned it, I think, last year, I want to say. And everyone was, of course, like, traumatized. They're like, what are you doing? That's history. But they have to, because otherwise it'll deteriorate the wall and like actually eat the wall. So they restarted, but yeah, it gets to like half a foot thick.
They send that back to the gum factory.
Yeah, and wasn't it like thousands of pounds? Like it was pounds and pounds of gum that they scraped off there too.
Well, and it spans a city block. Like it's
Oh.
so it's in Pike Place. It's in Pike Place, like behind the main buildings. And it was supposed to only stretch maybe like 40 feet, but people ran out of space, so they wanted to cover space that wasn't already gummed. So they
Right.
just keep building. But I haven't been down there since they cleaned it. I saw it like maybe 2 months before they cleaned it again. But like, yeah, that's part of my childhood. Strangely enough, the gum wall. It's a staple of every Seattleite's childhood. Weird.
And they just stick it to it?
hmm
Yeah, you will chew gum, and usually people now will you take a video and they'll be like chewing gum furiously, and then just take it out of their mouth all sloppy and slimy, and stick it to the wall and just be like, yeah. That's how you do.
There was one girl in high school who had inside her locker, she was taking her gum every day and just kind of smearing it. And she made this like, it was a woman's face. Like the hair was big red. Looked amazing. She was this art or whatever, but it was like all
That's
gum
incredible.
that she kind of like smeared in there. It's pretty amazing.
I'm impressed. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty cool.
I gotta totally do a search now for gum art.
Good.
Yeah, so I guess
Yeah.
Portland kind of like a guy downtown wanted to start a gum wall and he was told no. And I think they like, I don't care, we're gonna do it anyway. I don't know if it got okayed or if you need an okay, but they had a specific building that they wanted to use for it. And so the other day when one of our channels went live on Facebook, I get a notification because I like to keep up on our downtown riots. And so I got a notification and they were showing people just starting to stick gum on the gum wall. There was something, I think there's a tattoo shop somewhere really close to it. And they're who's promoting it. And I had heard at one point that if you bring in a certain dollar amount of gum, to share with other people to this tattoo shop, that they're going to give you a bunch of money off a tattoo or something. So anyway.
I feel like at this point, Portland is trying too hard.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
As a satellite in the room. Yes.
90% of the comments are, why do we need to copy Seattle? Or then the other half of the comments, I guess, so half and half are why are we copying them? And then the other is, why are they beating us at being weird? I mean, so there's this whole
But I don't. I mean, sure,
I feel
there's a
like
gum
once
wall. Sure, there's a gum wall,
Once you
but I
reach
don't
the
think
point
they're.
where you're demanding that your city be weird, it isn't anymore. Now you're just a hipster.
You're right.
Absolutely right, Kevin. Totally.
All right, I have made my decision on the pictures of the gum wall. It looks like Fruity Pebbles.
Yay!
Oh, did you find a picture of the Seattle one?
Yeah, there's lots of pictures.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, if they cleaned it every 10 years, how long has it been there?
Yeah.
Half for real.
Wow. It shows like one girl licking it.
Ew.
Oh man! Woo!
But yeah, it totally looks all Fruity Pebbly. Is that a word?
Yeah. Well, it is now.
It is
I'm
now.
not seeing it. No.
So, do you collect comics at all, Miniver?
Yeah, I totally do. I had to slow down a little bit, so I was spending roughly $275 a month on subscriptions,
Wow.
which not sustainable when you have to pay rent.
I
in
don't know.
Seattle.
The guys in this chat right now are envying you.
Yeah, very, very much so. But I know that my sex life would disappear completely if I spent any of that.
Yeah. True. Very true.
So what do you
I don't know.
Titles.
collect?
Well, for a time, I was pretty obsessed with Deadpool for a very long time. And I think once Deadpool gained popularity, which is a positive thing, it got too much. My subscription got too big because he was appearing everywhere. And I told my comic book store, like, anything Deadpool you get me. And that's what got me to around $275. So I had to cut back on Deadpool until it was like one core arc and only one like writer. And then some Spider-Man. I was into Batwoman for a really long time until they switched writing teams. But currently I'm actively collecting Gwenpool and Poe Dameron. So the Star Wars comic Poe Dameron. And then some of the Star Wars trades if I research, and I think that's something I want to read. People are saying Darth Vader's really good, but
I hear
yeah,
nothing but
actively
awesome
reading
things about
Gwenpool.
Darth Vader.
I heard Vader was bad.
The comic book you.
Oh,
Okay, for those, Bob is the only one in this chat here older than me. So Bob will remember this if we go back far enough. But before Deadpool super saturating the market, it was Wolverine, and before Wolverine, it was Spider-Man. So Marvel has an issue. They find one character that gets a hook with somebody, and they throw him in everything. It's ridiculous.
I wonder what's next.
I fear. Well, maybe I'll start liking Deadpool once he becomes less popular, because I started liking Wolverine when he started dipping too.
No, I tried with Wolverine. I tried with X-Men for a really long time. It's just it was overwhelming because I don't have a lot of free time, and so when I get to read comics is on my commute or on planes. And with X-Men, it was too much. It was too much to keep up with all of the different arcs and universes. And
that's why I have chosen to go with the Miles Morales version of Spider-Man, because it's new. It's you can see the end, and you can really jump in anywhere because Bendis understands. Every comic is a new comic for somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yes, amen to that. That's actually a really good thing to.
When I start writing and
Miles
drawing my
Morales.
own, that's what I will do.
Miles Morales appeared in Gwenpool, and it was awesome because it brought these two characters that I super love together.
I did enjoy that crossover. It was very good.
Love it. Gwenpool's like better than she has any right to be as far as like comic book quality. When I started reading it, I was like, this is actually pretty meta and pretty good. Not expected. Not expected at all.
See, I have one that I follow that for some reason every time I bring it up, somebody gives me shit about it. But I really love the Harley Quinn series.
Have some shit.
The new
Yeah, the new 52 Harley Quinn where she has her own comic line.
I have to get started reading those. I am not, my only DC that I've read is Arkham Asylum, a few Wonder Woman, and then Batwoman. And I really should give Harley a chance. I should. So is it the new 52? Like what's that? The new Harley, what does that fall under?
Yeah. Well, she was part of the new 52 Suicide Squad, and then she left the Suicide Squad, and now she has her own comic.
Is that Rebirth? Is that considered Rebirth?
What?
Now? Okay. I don't see. DC's doing so many confusing things. I don't know what I don't know what universe we're in anymore.
I've reached the point where I don't pay attention to any of that anymore, and I only read the one comic. So
yeah.
And every time they do a story arc that involves multiple different comic lines, I just skip that story arc.
Okay.
Selective. I like that.
My favorite hero doesn't even have his own comic.
I can't
Shazam.
see.
It's Shazam.
Shazam does have a comic, or did.
He hasn't had a comic in a long time.
No, I'm fairly certain that there's an actual, like, because I remember they were making a big deal about the fact that the comic is Shazam now instead of being
We're
Captain
just
Marvel.
talking about the name of the character. No, if there was a comic, I would be actively collecting it, and Trisha would know that it would be collecting because I would be saying nothing but Shazam is awesome this, Shazam is awesome that. But no comic to collect. Very sad.
Really? Because I'm seeing it right here.
2016 was the last one.
Uh-oh.
So let me.
That's Marvel 2016, and it's the chick.
Not good news.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
shut up.
Okay.
All of us?
The people telling DJ about the Shazam comics. Stop it.
They discontinued it. Like 50.
No, that's the omnibus of the brand new Shazam. I've read that. I've read the stories. I got all of that. Yeah, that's not.
What about Comixology? If you do Comixology, then you're not collecting physical stock, right?
Thank God. That's the part I hate the most. I hate having that stuff in the house. I just hate having it full of stuff.
I had to say Lock and Key is probably my favorite. I have like 6 trades of that, and it's, I think, the end of the story. But that's pretty badass.
Kevin disappeared.
Ah,
I will miss him.
maybe he was so embarrassed that I was correct about there not being a Shazam comic, he couldn't stand to be on the podcast anymore.
That's probably what it was. Yes, I'm going.
Because I'm telling you, I would that I've been screaming at DC for years. Just I will take my money, take it.
My guess, they didn't hear you.
I can't be any louder.
Yeah, he's loud.
Wow. Wow.
I'm in another room with AirPods in and a door shut in between us, and I can still hear him out there. Although the walls are paper thin here.
It is true.
Yeah.
So, actually, so Trisha and I are in Portland. Bob is in Indiana, and now you're in Seattle. So we've got 3 different locations again. And had Metal Jesus shown up, we'd have had somebody from New Jersey too.
Oh.
That's okay. You're bringing some class to this show that we have had not much of. Look at Bob's face; he's so confused. Well, Bob, I have to say you've been missing for like the last 2 months.
Yeah, I totally found me, though.
You were right there.
I was right here. Actually, I've been asleep by this time because my hours changed and everything sucked, and now my hours are changing again, and everything's going a different way. Yeah.
When do you start the new cycle?
Didn't you start
Monday.
training or the
Where? When?
orientation or?
Orientation was last Monday, and then this Monday I start work at 2:00 in the afternoon, and I work until 10:30 at night. So I'll be joining the show late, except for on Thursday nights because that's bar night.
We don't have a show on Thursday night.
Thank goodness.
Well, that's the time that I won't be doing anything after that except for bar.
How far do you travel for cosplaying gigs? Miniver.
I heard 3 words of that. Try again.
How far do you travel away from Seattle for gigs?
Oh no, I might have to log out and log back in. I've lost everybody.
Oh no!
Well, we'll still be here.
Okay, I will come back.
She has a very nice ceiling fan. So our viewer was on for a while, and then they just popped off. Didn't go into the chat or nothing.
Huh. I am also on the chat.
Are you? Type something.
It's like, are you? Prove it.
Yeah, prove it. All right, so there's two of us. No, it doesn't show you online. It just shows me. That's weird.
I'm showing two online: Emerald Spectre and Robert Mayoto. Mayoto. Is that Mayoto?
Myoto.
Mayoto.
It's like my, yeah. I
Okay.
think that's how you say it.
I think it's French. It's like Muato.
Wow. In Japanese, it'd be Miyoto.
Yeah, it would be.
Are we back?
Yes, but you're sideways.
Okay. Excellent.
You're sideways.
Oh no.
How are you even doing that?
Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
Magic.
It's technical wizard. So the question was, how far away from home do you travel for gigs?
London is gonna be the furthest coming up.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
Is that like the London Super Comic Convention?
So it's gonna be MCM London Comic Con October. They do 2 a year.
Okay.
And May was just too close financially, and I researched and it just seemed like October was a smarter option. But they have a ton over there. I haven't gotten a solid answer on what the biggest show in Europe for Comic Con or comics are. So MCM London was what people mentioned the most, but that's a test show, so I'm gonna go and see if it's worth exhibiting at in the future. But until then, the furthest I've traveled is Florida. So I've remained in the US. I missed the Canada show, and then there's one in Mexico we're gonna try as well, I think in 2018.
Wow.
Do you speak other languages?
So I went to, after failing 7 years of Spanish, I went to China and fell in love with Chinese, and so minored in that. So I speak a little bit of Mandarin, but I've lost it. I haven't used it enough to keep it up. But if I was like plopped in China right now, most likely it would come back to me. But yeah, Chinese, Mandarin.
I wanted to learn Mandarin, but I literally have 3 people in the entire city of Portland that I physically know speak Mandarin, and I don't work with any of them anymore.
No, that's sad.
Yeah, it is. So
It's
I can say
Awesome.
ni hao and mubiao. So I can say hi and because.
Well, they have they have pretty good language software out there. If you try, I don't know, there's Live Mocha, which is Facebook for language learners. There's
Duolingo?
Mango.
Yeah.
Mango's pretty good. Mango
Live.
teaches you more cultural, conversational, contextual language. But those are the 2 I would suggest.
What? Sorry, what was the other one other than Live Mocha?
That sounds delicious.
Live Mocha and Mango. That sounds like lunch.
Okay, because well, with the Vietnamese, obviously I have coworkers I can speak to, and I have this wonderful beauty salon. Their faces light up whenever I come in because they want to see what else I've learned. And for the first time today,
You dropped us on our faces.
I spoke to the chiropractor. And he's seen me several times, and he took the mail from me, and I said good morning to him. He's like, and I'm like, I'm trying, and then I told him goodbye, and he's like, oh, that's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it when I know people are talking about me if they don't think I understand them? So that's happened 3 times. Yeah, that's happened 3 times where someone will be either talking about me specifically or just saying things that you wouldn't say if you knew people could understand what you're saying, if that makes sense. And then when it'll be on a bus or it'll be like in a store. And so when I leave or they leave, I always make sure to comment in their language, like with either a farewell or I knew what you're saying. Like when they leave, it's always kind of a funny. Like, and then they're like, "Oh shit!" So it's always kind of funny.
I don't speak Spanish, but I understand a lot of it. I mean, I know enough words to get me in trouble. So there was one day I was drinking water out at my vehicle, and there was two Spanish speakers talking. They were talking about somebody in an inappropriate manner, and the one word I understood, I did a spit take, and they both turned. And I just like, just keep going.
They've got Vietnamese in the Duolingo app, but not the Mandarin.
Oh.
Well, it's Vietnamese I'm looking for at the moment. I would love Mandarin, but I mean, I'm not going to learn Mandarin not to talk to anybody.
There you go. It's on there.
Okay, well, I had Duolingo. I guess I got to re-download it. Dun, dun, dun.
Done.
Language with cosplaying excellence and a guy who's barely paying attention. Where did you go, Kevin?
Oh, I got a call from my sibling who's in prison, so I had to take that.
That sounds kind of epic.
That's an interesting conversation.
Yeah, he lost $100 gambling again and was asking me for money.
Oh no.
What was he gambling in prison? Or did he go to
Yes.
what?
Yeah, so it's one of those, hey, I need you to help me out this month or someone's going to stab me.
Right?
To death. So
Oh, and you're like, I've been stabbed 3 times, catch up.
Yes.
That
yeah,
was
so
last
I told
week's
him
topic.
I told him I'd put some money on his books.
Oh my god. Wow.
Well, it sucks getting stabbed. I don't want him to have to deal with that crap.
But you
I
know,
think
he'll
that,
have free medical care.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think betting would be out of the
Unlike
question.
the rest of us, yes.
I don't care what it is. Like, even if it was like the lottery, if they say yes, if you don't win, someone's going to stab you, I'm not going to play. I don't care how big the jackpot is. If there's a chance I'm going to get stabbed from it, I'm not going to gamble.
Well,
You're
people
not even
make
gonna say, but you're not even gonna say, well, where would you stab me?
Oh, yeah, good call.
I know, right? I mean, because that could make a difference.
bad decisions when they're stuck somewhere for 5 years with no form of entertainment whatsoever. So
No, people make bad decisions to be put somewhere where they're not entertained for 5 years.
Yeah.
but yeah, I do not recommend getting stabbed ever. It's not fun.
No.
Probably not.
I'm Kevin Kuick, and I recommend getting stabbed on a regular basis.
No.
It's actually, I learned it's not as bad as getting tasered, but it's close.
Ugh. Tasered is really worse.
So if we're ever in an
Because I guess it probably depends on where you get stabbed,
Yeah.
but like if you're getting stabbed in the shoulder, getting stabbed in the shoulder hurts just in that area. I mean, it's a very intense pain, but it's in a specific area, so you can focus on it and block it out. Being tased shuts down your entire body.
Not pleasant. No.
So if we're
Yeah.
ever faced with somebody with a taser, we'll be like, hey, do you got a knife? Can you stab me instead?
Prefer stabbing, please.
So you got a taser there, but yeah, I prefer stabbing.
Well, also, the first time I was stabbed, I was very disoriented because I had been sleeping up until that happened. So it probably wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Bet you woke you right the fuck up, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Damn, Kevin.
And then
what?
and then came police, and then therapy, and then I went to her wedding as a groomsman.
Yeah.
I got a piece of metal in my hand at work. That's Close.
And then you went to her wedding and was a groomsman?
Yeah.
Bob? No, I know Kevin.
I'm still friends with her and her husband. I mean,
Oh, what Miniver doesn't know is that the person who stabbed you was your girlfriend at the time.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, not
And then
the
he
South?
stayed.
Whew.
I mean, that's just one of the stories, though. And like he said, then he stayed friends with her and went to her wedding. And I didn't know the groomsman part. I think I just didn't. Last week, you just say you went to the wedding? I don't remember.
My favorite is the stabbing by the brother.
Wait, is that the brother that's in prison?
Yes.
Oh my God, let him get stabbed.
Kevin!
Miniver was all like, these guys are geeky. Wait a minute. There's a stabbing going on. I don't want to have anything to do with these people.
I don't know. I don't hold grudges at all. So
Hey, can I borrow some money?
Help you out, Liv.
I'll pay you back, I promise. And then when I don't, you'll forgive me.
Oh no!
I'll trade you money for bath towels.
Isn't that just called buying bath towels?
Maybe.
I don't think that's called trading.
now, see, my apartment is tiny, and I only have a few towels as it is. So
Kat, what are you doing? Oh, is she? Is she at the door of the
Oh,
bedroom?
I said.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, I can hear you. That's what I can hear. Okay. So anyway, I didn't realize DJ wasn't there. I don't notice when he's gone.
What is stealth mode?
I mean, it's been. Did he just? Yeah, he's like invisible.
Impressive. I didn't know we could do that.
I mean, it's been 19 years. You just, kind of forget the other ones around sometimes.
you guys have been married for more than 2/3 of the time I've been alive. That's
We have, well, no, actually, next year we'll have been married for half of my life.
Wow.
Gee.
Because, yeah.
And here, my longest relationship was about 2 years.
And then it ended in a stabbing.
Yes, exactly.
And then a wedding to someone else.
Well, I mean, to be fair, at least it wasn't the guy she was cheating on me with,
All right.
which was what
Kevin!
led to the stabbing.
My
Oh,
gosh.
see, that's why she stabbed him, was because she didn't want to break up with him, or she didn't know how. So she thought
She was-
stabbing him was going to be the answer.
It always hurts
I
getting
mean,
broken up.
logic, I guess.
She was very emotionally unstable at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a little. Yeah. Yeah.
She got better.
Hey, all I hear is she's someone else's problem now.
Hey, you've lived to tell this tale online several times now. I switched drinks.
Wait.
Mhm.
Yes,
As you
more
know.
drinks. But wait, Trisha, so were you guys like high school sweethearts? What's that story? If it's gonna be half your life.
No, I dated his best friend in high school.
Oh hey.
So the short version of this story is that she dated my best friend in high school. I was with the person that I married first. Have since divorced that terrible, awful woman. Maybe you've met her. She's got red skin, goatee, horns, a tail, carries a pitchfork everywhere.
Oh yes, on several occasions, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we've brunched.
so yeah, then I upgraded to the better wife there, and the first one legally lasted 3 years. Really only lasted a year, and this one will be 20 next year.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yep. And oh, hey, speaking of, diamonds are on sale at K Jewelers for 30% off until the 14th.
Well, I mean, that just comes up in natural conversation.
I know.
That was smooth. That was smooth, Trisha.
You just all you need to do is like look through my my search history here. Like, see, we're not kidding.
You know, I think that if I were going to buy expensive jewelry for someone, I wouldn't go with diamonds because diamonds just seem boring to me.
Well, see, that's why this one was chocolate.
Ooh,
Ah,
okay.
yes.
Um,
The colored diamonds are good.
And because of my infatuation with the color green, I am constantly trying to get her to get emeralds.
and I also found some really super cool rings with like yellow stones in them and purple and pink and stuff like that. So
I'm so lucky.
there's some
wife-
purple ones.
Pretty.
Those
My
are
wife doesn't
purple.
want diamonds. She just wants ice cream.
Yeah, I like it.
Just that's
You're
why
wel-
you have an ice cream freezer.
I know, right?
Yeah, no. See, diamonds, I like diamonds. First of all, I like diamonds because I like diamonds. And second of all, I have the excuse of it's the April birthstone. And that's when I'm born.
When's your birthday?
April 23rd.
I'm April 30th.
No way.
Yeah.
Cool. So
We're
you
both
just,
Tauruses.
yes, Tauruses. So yeah, so this it's hard to see, but this was the 10-year upgrade.
Love it.
So now we just gotta
I'll-
get a 20.
I'll take a portrait mode picture of it and post it on Instagram because I'm awesome.
Do it. Yes.
No, take a picture of the next one.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Oh, slide.
Nice.
Wasn't that? That
Again,
was just, like,
Trisha, so smooth.
just
So
right in
smooth.
there.
So smooth.
Yep.
It's true.
Just got to start leaving my iPad open on the table to the K Jeweler site.
Subtle. I like it.
Yeah.
I understand that I am currently the sugar daddy. That's fine. It's all good.
Embrace
Hey, you've
that
got-
life.
What?
Well, you were a better sugar daddy when we moved out here. Now you're kind of a fake sugar. You're kind of like a
You're
Sucralose
like a
or-
Splenda daddy. You're a
Yeah.
Splenda
I'm an
daddy.
aspartame daddy.
I'm probably close to 50% sugar right now.
No, physically though.
Yeah, physically.
Yeah.
Fat guy. Yeah, we actually have an ice cream freezer.
Still play?
I'm working on my first one that I'm going to do at Rose City Comic Con in
What?
September.
That's exciting.
Yes.
There's
I'm
nothing
going to
around here.
steampunk Green Lantern.
And I have done so much cosplay.
Dude, seriously? That's awesome.
Yeah, I think the last convention I went to was the end of last year because there haven't been any nearby since then.
hmm
What did I go as?
Wait, Kevin, where are you at? Where are you again? In the United States?
Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah, he's in Eugene.
Oh, okay, but still the West Coast. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so second biggest city in Oregon.
Yeah.
As an Inquisitor.
Nice.
Yeah, and the
Nice.
the one before that, I did a dread punk version of Jack the Ripper.
Very cool. That's awesome. So
I-
with the Inquisitor, were you something based on one of the characters, or did you make an original?
For the Inquisitor, it was just a generic Imperial Inquisitor from 40K.
Still, that's so awesome.
So
You're recognizable, so that's very cool.
my original idea was to be Groot, but I want sheetrocking stilts so that I can get a couple of feet off the ground to
Yeah,
actually be Groot. But someone thinks that's ridiculous, so we'll see how the Green Lantern thing goes, and then I'll start working towards the next one.
Very cool.
You
Because if
could be
I
really, really tall Green Lantern.
well,
You'll still do the stilts.
with the sheetrocking stilts, I can be Groot. I can also be the Grim Reaper, which I just throw a big robe on, and I'm
Ooh.
wicked tall.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out other really. I mean, I could be Chewbacca.
See,
I'm trying to get her to come around because I can just be a bunch of tall characters then.
now
But, like,
when
what
you go
straw-
as Green,
Stilts.
They're tiny little stilts that are easier to stand on than like actual stilts, and you don't need to have handholds on them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
I just
Yeah,
never-
because you wear them when you sheet rock ceilings and stuff,
yeah.
so you don't have to climb up and down a
Oh.
ladder.
Gotcha. So functional name, yes, makes sense. Okay,
Yes.
I was super curious. Sheet rock
Yeah.
stilts. Don't know what this made
So
of. Don't know.
DJ, when you go as Green Lantern, is that going to be the Golden Age weakness being wood Green Lantern, or the newer weakness is yellow Green Lantern?
It's going to be steampunk, so I guess I'm going to be weak to steam.
Okay, and which convention is this? I want to make sure that I have a costume that incorporates steam.
You want to be my weak? I'm going to go to Rose City. That's my goal, is to be at Rose City. At this point, if I find a vest, I'm ready to go.
I need to go to Rose City this year.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
The
you
closest
guys
thing
should.
we are here to anything where you can cosplay is that we dress up all medievally and we go out into a large field and beat the shit out of each other with foam weapons.
Yes, that's awesome. Wait, are you part of the Society of Creative Anachronism?
Nope. It's called
No.
Ambarge is the one that we are. I don't even know if they have that around here.
Everyone
Oh,
has
they
a-
gotta have it there. I mean, we have it here in Eugene. I'm a member here.
Yay, that's awesome.
Hey, what's it called? Let me write this down.
Society
It's
for Creative.
SCA.
Yeah, Society for Creative Anachronisms.
Yes. So the first time I ever discovered them, I was walking through the woods and I came upon a clearing and I was like, oh, what a pretty clearing. What a pretty clearing. And then all of a sudden there was like the thundering of hooves and two dudes like were jousting and one was ripped off his horse and I screamed. And I was just like, what?
I traveled through time.
Yeah,
I
that would
do
be
have to
pretty
say-
crazy.
I do have to say that's a lot better than coming into a clearing and seeing a bunch of hicks playing a banjo, and then all of a sudden them all looking at you like,
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I'd
and you
fucking
just
run.
have to go back into the
Yeah,
woods.
no time for that. No. I'd much rather have the jousting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, we have both here we have the SCA and like a different version of it, which is Pirates.
Oh, yeah. I know a bunch of people in the pirate community, I think, in Portland anyway. So
That's awesome.
Man, there has to be at least 20 different LARPing groups. And they have wars and stuff. It's fantastic.
That's cool. Yeah, that's the closest thing we have to that around here. I mean, I guess they do have Comic-Cons, but they're like not like close. I think, and they have a small one like 3 hours from here. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure Indianapolis would have one. Like
Yeah, I
a
think that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
They totally do, yeah.
How is Chicago nowhere near? I think
That's-
Chicago was kind of the closest that Wizard World would have come to you.
Yeah, it's also like 3 hours away. Everything's 3 hours from me. I don't know how that works.
Oh,
The two Renaissance festivals we go to, one's in Ohio and one's in, I don't remember, both 3 hours away. I don't know how
If everything's 3 hours away from you, Bob, why don't you shoot over here for a 3 hour drive, hang out with us for a while, and then shoot back?
that'd be awesome if it that way.
Logic.
I'm losing everyone. I have to log out again. I'll be back.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, that happens.
Oh, one of your
No, one
cat.
Did somebody win one of your ruses?
No, I can't get both of them to stand up there over here, so I'm only putting the one up. If anyone was online, I would literally ask them if they want the ruses, and they would get them.
You know, I have a friend who's trying to get me to go to some other convention later this year. She wants me to go as a female character because I made the mistake of telling her that I've done female characters before. And and so, like, every other day she sends me a message like, okay, so I need you to tell me your dress size. No.
Is that something that you know?
Well, I mean, yes, but so I used to do conventions in drag a lot because it was fun, and for some reason I do a very good job at passing as a woman. But I stopped doing that because, creepy old guys.
Ugh.
And mustache.
Creepy old guys.
Well, when they sidle up to you and they're like, "Hey, baby," and you're like, "Yes." Whoa, whoa.
Hello,
Well,
LA Lola.
See, I actually have never had any issues with like my voice. Like, I guess my voice is close enough to being feminine that it never gets any comments. But yeah, there was one time I was at a convention, guy came up, was like 3 times my age, got really handsy, and then realized that I wasn't a girl, and he punched me.
Oh
And
my
that was the
god.
last time
What
that
did
I
I just walk
cosplayed.
into? What the fuck? What?
We're getting deep into Kevin's drag life as a drag queen. So continue.
Beautiful. Love it.
I've done conventions as female characters, and one of my female friends wants me to do that at the next convention that we go to together. And I've told her that it's not worth it.
Oh, seriously? That's so
Well-
shitty that like there's bad experiences that can be had. I hate that.
Well, I mean, every experience cosplaying as a female character was uncomfortable at some point because there are just way too many creepy guys at conventions.
And I want to say on the record that the fact that most conventions have to have signs up that say that wearing a costume is not permission to grab
Yeah.
them, that is sad because
Really?
I find some of the people scantily clad attractive. Yes. Do I even have the inkling to touch them? No, I don't know these people. That would be super fucking weird.
That's really weird. I mean, they don't have signs up at Hooters saying "Don't touch the girls," do they?
I don't think so.
I don't think they did.
I would think that. I mean, and they're there to look at. They put them in those like tiny little things so that you look at them, and they don't have to have signs there saying "Don't touch."
Yeah, but it
Wizard,
doesn't even really matter like how skimpy the costume is, because like when I had that issue with the last time, I was cosplaying as like Bellatrix Black, which was like a full like there was barely any skin
Yeah,
showing
you're
at all.
fully covered as Bellatrix.
Wow.
Totally.
Yeah.
Covered.
And he's still like
See, and that gives comic book people like a really bad name.
Yeah.
no, that gives males a really bad name.
Yeah, male
Yeah.
in general, but
that too.
wow.
Yeah. It's weird. I've never had issues.
Except for the people who wanted the shirt off your
anyone, like-
back.
I think that's because I have an air of danger. I don't know. But no, I've never had issues, but I've seen it happen. And it's kind of always shocking when it does. And I usually just yell. I usually have a weapon on me as a cosplayer character. And so I usually hit them with it.
Now,
And it's effective.
I know that you weren't Jen Urso the whole weekend. What else did you do at Wizard World Portland?
Would you guys know the musical Hamilton?
I know of it.
Yes, no, maybe so. So I cosplayed Hamilton, and then oh man, I can't even remember. That's sad. Hold on. All the shows blend. Oh, it was all Star Wars. It was all Star Wars. So I just wore the stealth cosplay for the first day as Poe Dameron, and then was just Poe Dameron again. So.
Because I don't remember seeing you in anything else, but I mean, I took Saturday as the cosplay picture day, so I specifically was out there doing that.
Yeah, Sunday was Hamilton. And since I'm using my phone for the stream, I probably can't show you a picture, but yeah, I just wear the Hamilton outfit. But I don't know, people in Portland didn't know Hamilton, so that was interesting. That was like, because when I go to certain shows, certain cosplays just fall completely flat. And it's always awkward when that happens. You go to shows all over the country and eventually all over the world because you learn the geek culture and how it's very different. Very, very different.
Well, I made there was a girl dressed up as Felicity Smoke from Arrow, and she was just totally depressed looking. And something must have happened right before I talked to her, but I stopped her and I'm like, I just have to ask, are you Felicity? And she just brightened up like maybe I was the one guy that understood what was going on. I'm like, I totally have to get your picture.
So before we moved here in North Dakota, when I would wear a sweatshirt with Pusheen the cat on it, people in North Dakota didn't even know who Pusheen was.
Sad.
So yeah, I get the
Sad.
whole falling
This is
flat.
sad.
It's
Sad.
uh-huh.
When I went as Jack the Ripper to a convention a while back, I eventually started telling people that I was dressed as Alucard from Hellsing because that was what literally everyone guessed.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I guess that's what it is
So I
now.
accidentally. Yeah, well, and when and especially like if kids say something, I will never correct a child when they assume I'm in a costume. So I accidentally dressed as Princess Celestia from My Little Pony, and I had no idea. I thought I was just in a big poofy dress and had a certain like color scheme going on. And these little girls were just like, Princess Celestia! And I was like, well, shit. Yes, I'm Princess Celestia. Hello, children. I don't know who the fuck that is. And then
Awesome.
I watched My Little Pony, and I was like, I love Princess Celestia. I love cosplaying her.
Well, shit, little girl. Yes, I am.
It's like as long as they don't go say her catchphrase, say it. You're like,
Ask me about my sister. They did ask about the sister. They're like, where's your sister? And I'm like, oh, shit. I don't know, girl. This, like, 10-year-old shit like that. Wow. And like the dad said something about the moon, and I was like, yes, she's in the moon. And the girls were like, oh, and I was like, yes.
I don't know. Let me Google her.
right.
I had my phone. I was like, no, but then I actually binge watched My Little Pony when I got back that night and like loved it, legitimately loved it. And I was like, okay, now I know all the things. Ready to do this. It was great.
As soon as I heard that My Little Pony Friendship is Magic was big with dudes and the whole brony culture, I was really weirded out and I kind of backed off.
Dude, I got my hand kissed by so many dudes. Like it was little tiny girls and it was like middle-aged men who were really excited about the Princess Celestia cosplay. And I had so many people bow to me, which, I'm not gonna turn that away. And then so many people come over and like kiss my hand, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna put some Purell.
When I've
It was
worn
definitely a cosplay interaction.
when I've worn Doctor Who shirts, some people will get way deep into phrases or something that's on Doctor Who that I just don't pay attention to or don't remember. And they'll like come up to me and they'll say things and I just have to kind of like smile and nod a little bit and like, uh-huh. Bob, is there things floating in the air around you or are you being haunted?
I was gonna ask, is there like smoke?
Oh no, I just totally found like a incense stick I dropped the other day. I dropped a whole bunch of them and I picked them all up, except for apparently that one that was hiding under my foot. So I just lit it and stuck it in my beer bottle.
Okay. Okay, so don't be alarmed. Bob is not on fire.
This time. Wow.
Or being haunted.
Oh, I'm always haunted.
Speaking of Bob being on fire, here's a good time to revisit an old Navy story.
Oh, God.
Bob and I decided one night, because we were bored, to make napalm. We siphoned the gas out of my Trans Am, and we got styrofoam cups, and we mixed it up, and we were burning it in the backyard of the place we were living. And Bob was tired of watching it burn, so he decided to try stomping it out. And then we watched his shoe burn completely gone because, of course, Bob, after stomping it and taking his shoe off, going, yeah, that's not going to work.
I lost my shoe. We lost a shoe. We lost a gas can that night.
We lost all kinds of shit that night.
In an area where you're not supposed to have fires.
Hearing you say that, I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question. So, I am planning to do like a live explosion and film it with a line of cosplayers walking away from it. And
In
I
slow
have the
motion?
location, I just don't have the bomb. Yeah, in slow motion, obviously.
Oh,
yeah.
obviously.
I don't have the bomb. I just don't know how to do it.
I don't. When you plan on doing this? So, I created a firework one year. I called it the jar because I originally put it in a glass jar. My parents thought that was a terrible idea, so I had to switch it to a plastic bottle. But I still.
I just want to, for the record, your wife thinks that's also a terrible idea.
What I did was I had this huge pack of firecrackers. I mean, it was just gigantic. And then I had some other fireworks. And basically, I emptied every firecracker of the gunpowder and kind of mixed in other fireworks in there, too. Now, when I lit the thing, I turned around to run because I wanted to watch it, too. The thing went off almost instantly, so I narrowly made it away from the I was told it was a beautiful explosion. So if you can get a hold of gunpowder, maybe you can have a controlled situation where, I mean, it's just a, don't go like a barrel, but I mean, maybe a fishbowl sized and have a place it can explode out of.
Yeah, you'll want to use a metal barrel weighted down with a lot of heavy rocks at the bottom to make sure that the fire and smoke goes directly upwards, because you do not want to deal with any kind of shrapnel.
It might be worth spending the money to actually hire a pyrotechnician to.
Yeah.
As someone who narrowly avoided being burned to death by his own firework, yeah, you may want to have a professional do it.
We had the the little snappy things that you throw them down and they pop.
Yeah.
We were unwrapping those and like putting them onto a paper plate because I filled up a cellophane thing for my cigarettes, and it makes a bigger explosion when you put more of those little rocks together. So we were like emptying out box after box after box onto this paper plate, and while we were sliding it into a Ziploc bag, like sliding down the thing all together, set them off, and they exploded in the kitchen. Yeah, so that stuff's not exactly safe.
We were irresponsible in our youth.
Yeah.
So whatever these two tell you they've done in the past, do the opposite.
Got it.
Oh, that dog lived. That's a joke.
Yeah, it's kind of like how if I ever give relationship advice, you should not take it.
Got it. Yep.
Now, if you ever give relationship advice and it doesn't end in a stabbing, I'm disappointed.
Ooh, wear chainmail.
Chainmail.
I might just wear chainmail.
That did give me some major trust issues for a while.
I'm sure. Holy shit. Oh my god.
My chainmail shirt is in the car, so I can't show you that. I do have a big old chunk of chainmail that I'm working on, but
Yeah, Miniver, he actually makes chainmail.
oh, here's my bag.
Nice. That is so cool.
Yeah, I got a little dice bag that I made.
We have
Oh,
bracelets.
dude, that's amazing. That's amazing.
In fact, the
That's
bracelets
something
came
I
up
wanna
on
get into. Leatherwork and chainmail.
Facebook Memories just the other day.
Roar. This is some very heavy 6-in-1. Roar.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's some very heavy stuff.
Wow.
And this isn't even enough to get around my gut,
What?
but it's like crazy heavy.
I bet.
And Trisha has our chainmail bracelets that he made.
Mm-hmm. The green part is plastic, so it stretches.
Rubber.
Rubber, sorry.
Oh, smart.
So
smart.
he did a flat one, and then this one's kind of a round kind of design.
Yeah.
Actually, these are heavier rings. I bought this at a show because it was pink.
Pretty. I like
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
I have a box somewhere.
That is so cool. So heavy, but so cool.
Mhm. Yeah, so Bob made the 2 green ones that we have.
I'm working on a belt. The belt is stainless steel ones,
Nice.
but
Wow.
yeah, and a Hulk bag. I'm also working
How long
on
do
a Hulk
those
bag.
take?
How long does it take?
Yeah.
For the
damn,
bracelets?
that's so cool.
About 45 minutes to an hour for the bracelets. Yeah, I was working on a Hulk bag. The bags take significantly longer, but it
Yeah.
feels like a snake. Yeah,
That is so cool.
they got some pretty badass pictures that they had on the site that I go through is it's called like the Ring Lords or something, and they've got
Ring Lords?
everything.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, it's everything from let me think here. Aluminum down to gold. I mean, it's like whatever you want: rubber, silver, platinum.
So cool. I really want to get into that. That is so nice.
It's pretty fun. I had some of their business cards here somewhere.
There's
Have
a shit ton
empty-
in Seattle. It's just like selecting the right one because there's tons up here. It's just like
They have-
who you want to work with.
Oh. TheRinglord.com.
TheRinglord.com. That's easy to remember. Sweet. I'll look that up.
But on that site, they have an inspiration area where it shows some of the stuff that people made. Wow. I mean, I like making stuff, but I look at some of the things that other people do, and it's like, man, I wish I had talent.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
As a cosplayer, that's like my everyday. I'm just like, oh, I feel pretty good about this. And then see the same thing from someone else. I'm like, I feel like shit. They look fancy.
Right? You got to walk around Walmart for a while to feel better about yourself.
There's no Walmart in Seattle, and there's no Walmart even
Yeah.
remotely close to here. How funny is that?
That's crazy.
There is one Walmart
Yeah.
that I know of in Portland, but it's attached to a shopping. Well, it's
Nuh-uh.
attached. It's off of 82nd Avenue here, and I don't like going to it because of the Walmart people you see online all the time. It's like that times 12 here in Portland. I'm like,
No. Oh, those poor people. Also, I see ISIS, and I'm completely distracted.
My- this
I was
is
screwing out the
princess.
rings, too.
Ooh,
Those are the scales.
dragon scales.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was screwing
dude,
out the rings.
yes. That is so
Yeah.
cool.
So when we get another guinea pig, I want Bob to make a scale armor for him.
Oh,
You have guinea pig?
Not
thank
anymore.
God.
I dropped
Piggy
my eyes.
died.
What?
My
Wait.
piggy died in December.
No, I've had guinea pigs more years of my life than not, if that makes sense. I love guinea pigs.
Me too.
We'll
They're the perfect animal. They're just like fat, and that's it.
I want to get more, and she's all disappointed. But I mean, we have a thing we're gonna do, and then we'll get guinea pig again.
It's very hard to see. It's just a little black blob. So our guinea pig was black,
Oh, piggy pie.
and he was all like burrito wrapped in a towel.
Oh,
That was one of the last pictures of him because I had to force feed him food and medication and stuff through syringes. And so I would burrito wrap him to get all of his little paws tied down, and then I would put my feet up in front of me like on the end table, and lay him against my legs, and then I could feed him. But
God, I love guinea pigs.
me too. So DJ always shows me guinea pig videos.
I love that it's like chainmail and guinea pigs. I love this. I love chainmail and guinea pig.
Did you see that chainmail for guinea pigs?
There's a better picture of my piggy.
It
He
went
was
on
wi-
eBay for like $1,500.
He's wearing my volunteer badge for the Retro Gaming Expo.
Oh my god.
See, I got lots of pictures of a dog too.
So it might be interesting to note that we only own black animals.
Good, because they're the ones least likely to get adopted, so that's good.
Which is why we
Yep.
do it.
There's the piggy in his bag of hay.
Oh my god. Little
He had a little
Hammy.
bit of white on his chin.
Oh,
Um.
There
Oh,
you go.
let's see. What's this? Oh, hey,
That's-
this picture here. There's Oh, sorry. Is Bob showing us something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's combining it too. That's a guinea pig meal.
That's hilarious. That's
oh
the
my
scale
god.
stuff.
Yeah. They had a few of them.
So what you need to work on as a model is get yourself a potato, and that's basically a guinea pig, and put some
Carve
chainmail
like a
on
little
it.
face. Oop. Or cupcake. I'll just put cupcake in chainmail since cupcake just like jumped into the frame. Oh, that's so cute.
That ended up selling on eBay for $24,100.
My God.
You get chainmail?
Yeah, they sold the chainmail from that guinea pig. Yeah, and somebody bought it for $24,000. It was a crazy thing. The price just kept going up, and people were like watching it, like, "Oh my gosh, they're still bidding on it."
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
What a world. Huh.
Yeah.
But these are the
Here-
same types of people. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There's our black Pomeranian. Again, it's just a blob of black fur in the shape of an animal.
Mm. Is it a little pom pom?
He's a little pom.
He's also no longer with us.
Oh.
So then we also had we had another black cat, looks identical to Isis. Her name was Zimacy.
Like the vampire clan.
Nice. Nicely done.
And then that's the last one. We had a black and white tuxedo cat, which was the brother to Zimacy, and that's Lennon. Lennon with Bonsai the guinea pig.
Oh my god. Wait, do you just have Isis now?
Yeah, everybody else is dead.
I didn't realize that Bonsai died.
Oh, yeah, in December.
So
He,
So when we got married and we moved into our house in North Dakota, we got Lennon, and he drove us both up the wall. So we got Zimacy so that they could
Well,
distract each other.
he was a 2-month-old
Yeah.
kitten.
So
And they were brother and sister. They were from my aunt and uncle's farm. So that's why they were already related. So yeah, we're like, Lennon's a terror. We need another cat to distract him. So we got another kitten from my aunt and uncle.
and then a little
That's
while after, we
adorable.
got the black Pomeranian because he'd been shuffled from family to family, and we found out later that he'd probably been abused. So he spent
Oh, of
the rest
course,
of his
yeah,
time with
so
us. Yeah. And then when Zimacy died, because she went first,
She was 13.
yeah, she then Trisha got the guinea pig, and then
Like a
when
month
Lennon
later.
died, someone showed up in the backyard, and that's who's currently sitting on my chest right now.
Oh,
That's
you
amazing.
it looked like you were pointing at Kevin because I couldn't even see the cat there.
Oh, yeah, the black shirt.
Yeah,
Someone
her
showed up.
ear is right there. That's her ear. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Lennon was 15, and the day after he died, Isis showed up in our backyard as a stray. And
Wow.
but we still had Bonsai and Holden at the time, so the dog and the guinea pig. And then when we moved out here, we left Holden because he was 14, and we knew he wouldn't make the trip. We knew he wouldn't survive out here. So plus he forgot who we were because he had dementia. And so he ended up living another 5 months with a beagle named Flash. And then Bonsai got a lump, like one of his, I think they said one of his lymph nodes or something was swollen in his neck. and he had this big lump, and we couldn't get him to a vet. And I didn't realize that vets didn't treat guinea pigs. They're like, you need an exotic pet veterinarian.
It's a guinea
like,
pig, not a crocodile.
I know, that's like how I felt too. I'm like, but you know, like they seem like a fairly common pet. You know, to me, they're not exotic for that reason.
Yeah.
But anyways, we ended up in an emergency vet one night, and they put him on medication and pain medication and that syringe food and stuff. And we had an appointment with an exotic pet vet, I don't know, like a Tuesday morning, and he died Monday night.
Oh.
So while I was holding him.
Yeah. Well, at least he got to go in your arms. I mean, it's tough for you, but it's better for him. So.
Yep.
Yeah, and now they have the cat that magically makes people allergic to other cats.
The cat you
What?
share your sandwiches with, you're still allergic?
Yeah, the cat that lives outside my window, I now have to take allergy pills before I can hang out with them.
That is insane. Maybe you're allergic to
And
the
it only
trees out
started
there.
happening. Yeah, it only started happening when I got back from visiting you guys, and I had been sneezing around Isis.
That is so weird.
I have to meet Isis someday. That is a life goal now, bucket list.
Well, if you ever, not that we have a lot of room, but we do have a spare bedroom or a couch, as Kevin found out. So if you ever have to come to Portland for a cosplay, you can always, you know, stay and I'll gladly let you take care of Isis.
Oh yeah, I know, that's awesome.
You know, DJ gave me
Getting
crap
changed,
about
I like
wanting to
that.
sleep on the couch, but it's so comfortable.
It's little.
On the couch, that's exciting.
I have to curl up too much for it to be comfortable for me.
Oh.
Maybe it's just because I have so much experience sleeping on floors.
Right?
Maybe it's because you've been stabbed so much you've lost feeling in those areas of your body.
Oh.
Okay, it sounds like a lot, but being stabbed 3 times isn't really that much.
I'm guessing
It's 3 more
Kevin,
times than I've been stabbed.
I'm guessing, Kevin, that you've been stabbed more times than the rest of us combined.
Yeah, probably.
Because DJ and I count for 0.
And I don't know about Bob, but I'm pretty sure that number is pretty low.
I was stabbed by a knife. I don't think that one was on purpose, though. I was stabbed by a pencil. I still have the mark from that.
Did you do it yourself?
No.
Okay.
So, no, I don't think I was ever, like... I was stabbed while I was in the military, but that was from a friend, so that didn't count.
Well, in that case, then none of
Only
Kevin's
malicious
count either.
stabbing. Yeah, only
Oh, see.
malicious stabbing.
I've been stabbed 3 times. I've been tased twice. I've been shot at.
Evan!
Are you just, like, a dick to people or something, or what?
I think I honestly annoy people. Like, I don't know how, but it must... Something about me must really annoy people.
And this is all Eugene?
No. This was all before I moved to Eugene.
DJ,
I only moved to Eugene like 6 months ago.
DJ, when he stayed up here that weekend, did you have any sudden urge to kick him around?
Not kick him around, but I really wanted to stab him.
I mean, and I wasn't here, you know, I again ended up talking to you guys through a computer, so I wasn't physically around to see if he had that effect on me.
No, he gave me, I mean, he showed up, we did the show. I mean, shit, half the stuff I'd planned we didn't do because we lost track of what we were doing. We completely spaced out all kinds of shit.
It's funny. Hey, man, can I just sleep on your couch? I will stab that motherfucker.
Bleed! Gotta get more drink.
I mean, I can at least understand why the people had stabbed me. The tasing was unexpected, and And honestly, the whole being shot at thing was, it only happened the one time, and that guy was just a horrible person just all around.
And a horrible shot.
Yeah, and a horrible shot.
Well, I mean, I also kind of understand why he was trying to shoot me, because he was.
Stop justifying.
I was sort of dating his daughter at the time.
Dating his what?
Oh. It was a dad thing. A dad was shooting at you
Yeah.
because you
Okay.
were dating his daughter. Okay. We're all like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, you know, I've only been married twice, but I've had a lot of wives, and I've never been shot at in my life.
See, I always thought that was just something that people talked about that never actually happened.
Oh my god.
But
Speaking of many wives, Bob, son of a bitch wakes me up in the middle of the fucking night one night, and he's like, drive me over to we'll call him Jim. Drive me over to Jim's house. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I drive his ass over to Jim's house, and I fall asleep on Jim's couch because I was dead fucking tired. And then he wakes me up later and says, we got to go. I'm like, all right. So I drive him home. Later that next day, Jim is asking me, did you guys come over to my house last night? And I'm like, maybe? What do you mean maybe? I'm like, I don't know. I was asleep. Why? He's like, I think my wife's cheating on me. I'm like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
I will give Bob credit though. Jim's wife was hot.
You know who she reminded me of? Remember Punky Brewster? She reminded me Soleil Moonfry.
Yeah.
She reminded me of her.
And I legit, I mean, had Bob not explained what had happened after I had talked to Jim, I still would to this day not know what the fuck happened. Because I literally fell asleep on the couch, they woke me up, and I drove him home. That was it. Now, after Jim and his wife had divorced, she asked me legit. She's like, "You didn't hear anything that night?" I'm like, "I don't even know I was at your house if it hadn't been for Bob." You really sleep hard, don't you? Yes.
Oh my god.
I was fucking tired.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
But of course, this is so. When the new releases of the Star Wars special editions came out, Bob and I went to them in the theater. So we went to the New Hope one, and we sat down in this beautiful, wonderful theater. It was $15 a ticket. I probably made it about a quarter into the movie, and I fell asleep. And then Bob woke me up when the credits rolled, and I said, "Bob, I wanted to watch the movie." He's like, you just looked like you were having a good time, so I just tired. I'm like, "Okay, well, next week when Empire comes out, you're not letting me sleep through the movie." I get a little bit less into that movie than I did A New Hope, and I fall asleep, and the son of a bitch lets me sleep again. That's $30 down the toilet. I didn't even make it through the opening crawl of Jedi, and I was asleep.
We did have a movie theater there, the Silver Screen, where movies were only like $1.50 to watch.
This
And
was
we would-
not that place.
We would go into one, watch it, and then like leave that theater and walk into another one, and then we'd be there all day just walking into them, and they didn't care.
But this
But,
was not that place, Bob. This was
no,
the
it
United
wasn't
Artist one, the $15 a ticket one.
But that was a great
Oh,
place to
man.
sleep. They had tables there. They had really comfortable chairs you can move around. I'd put
Nice.
one chair, turn it around to put my feet on, and then just kind of, I'd be out. It's like, let's go watch another movie. And
Is Miniver going to dive on us here?
I might have to actually in like 10 minutes.
Okay, well, because I mean, you had said that you were going to leave early, and I mean, we are technically only a half hour away from the 2 hour mark, but
I know, and I've been having fun. I do have to bounce, but I appreciate the story so much.
all of the Bob DJ stories are from before me. I was still in high school.
I was in high school once,
Yeah. And then you weren't, and I still was.
and then I weren't.
so Miniver, I'm going to ask you the same thing I ask anybody that has a great time on the show. Would you like me to send you links every week, and then you just decide to join once in a while if you feel like it?
Yeah, absolutely. If you'll have me, yeah.
If we'll have you. I'm trying to listen for episode 250, which we are working towards. That's the next anniversary episode that I'm going to celebrate. I want every single person that's ever hosted on this show at the same time.
Excuse me. I have so much tired in my face.
You have so much face in your face too. But it's been great. You are literally the first special guest we've had.
Woohoo!
Woo!
No,
Yeah,
that's
Everyone else backs
Yeah.
out.
Pretty much.
So yes, I will send you links every week, and don't feel bad if you don't click on them. And you either show up or you don't. No big deal. Always the same time though.
Yeah, no, the weekends are actually really tough to nail down. As you know, since we've been trying to like actually schedule this, I feel like for months.
Yes. Two. Well, I have been working to get two specific people on, you and a former host of Gamers Table, the podcast. And
If you need any help like trying to ping people, let me know.
well, this is Brandy from Gamers Table. Do you know her at all?
Maybe I probably know people that know her.
Well, okay, so both of you have had a hard time nailing stuff down. When you actually said picked a date, today was the date, and you've stuck with it, it's been great. I still am trying to get her to. I told her flat out, "You pick the Saturday and we'll do it." And she's like, "Okay, I'll look at it." Well, I haven't heard from her since, so I'm going to send her another message.
Well, you had to get that other Dirk Manning.
That's for my solo one. I'm trying to get Dirk. Do you know who Dirk Manning is?
I've heard the name. I don't know though.
He writes horror comics, and he has a nonfiction book out called Right or Wrong: A Writer's Guide to Comics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He is my favorite. I mean,
Isn't that over here somewhere?
Yeah. The writers Right or Wrong is over there. Might have to move some of my pants and stuff, but
I'm
Pants.
gonna move this for a second and see if I actually am. So hold up. It's Manning with two N's, right?
yes.
Here's
There's the cover of Right or Wrong that she's holding up.
Okay. I'm pretty
And
sure.
this picture-
Oh yeah, his
this
picture's
picture
on the
here
back.
is always his
Nice. That's
I mean, he
cool.
looks nothing like that when you meet him.
Yeah. Well, does he often go to comic shows?
He is
He's in like Artist Alley.
Yeah, he's in a lot of them. So when in Wizard World Portland, I had heard Theo Rossi on a podcast, so I had to meet him, and he recorded a bumper for my Spectre show.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Trisha went to go work at Wizard World Cleveland, and I looked at the guest list, I don't know if she thought I was going to pick somebody else on that list, but as soon as I saw Dirk Manning, I'm like, that's the one. I want him. I started reading his columns when they started coming out on Newsarama, and then I checked all kinds of stuff out that he did, and now I own his Nightmare Worlds, and I read every column he put out. Now I'm reading his book, and
Yeah. So I've definitely like hung out with him. Not that like we would know each other upon sight, but vendors, after going to like so many shows, you end up just seeing everybody a bunch of times. So potentially, if he's at the next show I'm at, I could be like, "Hey, Dirk, do I have an offer for you?"
well,
And he'll like, I mean, he met me in person, but I FaceTime called DJ, and he talked to DJ through FaceTime, and then
Nice.
and
I
he
mean,
said he would
he
be more than
recorded a
happy.
bumper.
Yeah, he recorded a bumper, and he said he would be more than happy to show up in the podcast. Now, every time I've emailed him, it's been over a comic weekend, so I know he's at a show. But I'm gonna have to ping him again because I haven't heard back from him. But I mean, he's of writers that I am interested in speaking to immensely. I mean, he's in the top 5.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, the offer stands. If he's at a show that I'm at, I'd be happy to like remind him that this is a thing.
I need to make cards for this show, and then you can hand it out going, Dirk, you said that you would be on here.
You should. You totally
Well,
should.
And I gave him one of your business cards for the website, but nothing specific about the show.
Yeah, I'll ping him again. Maybe I should ping him from the emeraldspectre.com email address.
You know, you still need to make us T-shirts.
I do need to make us T-shirts, and now I need to make one for a Miss Miniver too, so that she can wear them at all shows.
I hear she needs a woman's extra small.
I mean,
Yeah,
seriously,
Please.
just make up the design and put it on
Never had
Redbubble.
that
Buy my
size.
own.
Yes.
I'll
Well,
work on it, Kevin. Jeez.
I use Zazzle
Yeah.
to do a lot of my printing, and
I go through. Oh crap! Vistaprint. Vistaprint has been like my savior for so
I-
many things.
I use them for a lot too. With Zazzle, I get a lot of discounts, and I think I have $10 credit for my birthday yet too to spend there. And then we
Oh,
pay
nice.
$10 a year, and we get free shipping all year on all of our orders. So, and I've gotten shirts from them before for my business.
Very cool.
But yeah, I like Vistaprint too. My business cards are through them.
Yeah, I like them a lot. They're fast. Although, and this will probably be the last thing I say before I have to go. But I'm actually working on doing body pillows for Miss Miniver.
Well, wait.
It'll be super anime version of some of my cosplays.
Oh,
but
God.
I know, right? I have no shame.
I'm just
No,
picturing creepy guys carrying them around at cons right now.
I'm not saying that you don't need
Right?
shame for that. You need to shill as much as possible, girl. Shill away.
I'm doing the body pillow.
Right.
Body pillow's
Absolutely.
happening.
Put your face on saucers for teacups, all kinds of stuff, just all over.
I should.
Yeah.
Gotta build that empire. But you
Right.
guys, I do have to bounce. This has been awesome, though.
We will be happy to have you on if you happen to show up. Like I said, I'll send the links. If you don't click on them, no worries. I understand.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you'll just like send them to me, Facebook or the page messenger.
The messenger, yeah. So,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
perfect.
always know that it's 7:30 p.m. on a Saturday night until we change it, and I'll let you know if
Yeah.
we ever change it.
Yeah,
That's what
please
it's
do.
on.
No, that's awesome. All right, nice to meet everybody. You guys are amazing.
Dude, thank
We'll
you.
see you in the
Bye.
future. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
In the future, bye.
We all know that Bob's really the only one in the future.
I am so in the future. In
Well,
fact,
I
I'm
was
so
gonna-
far in the future. I was getting ready to say that I have to go too, right before she said she had to go.
Okay.
I was going to message you earlier today and ask how Free Comic Book Day went before I went out to get mine.
Good thinking.
Right? I mean, yeah, because you were already there.
Now, Bob, do you want to bounce now, or do you want to stick it out 20 minutes and we'll kill it?
I'm gonna go ahead and go now. I gotta piss. I started coughing really bad, so I've been sucking down like tons of water here, and which is hence the need to piss. But I started getting like really coughing and eyes watering and all that crazy shit that goes with the coughs.
But
Well,
that incense didn't help any.
Yeah.
Well, that went on a long time. That only stayed lit for like a little while.
Well, with your new shift, are you going to attempt coming on next Saturday, or you want to do a couple of weeks before?
Next Saturday might not even work depending on where we are.
Well, that was the other reason I wanted to leave Friday. Now that I remember that, but we'll figure something out. But I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I will let you know. I'm not sure on how the weekend's gonna work because I still have to get my 50 hours in, and I might be able to hit the 50 hours up. The one guy, my boss, does his Saturday or Sundays in the morning. So if I do that on Saturday, that'd be great. Doing it in the morning and having the rest of the day off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. They said that Sunday I'm definitely going to be able to. But if I come in early on Sunday, I'm not going to be able to do a show. So I'll have to let you guys know.
that works.
All right.
The intent at the moment is to have a show, but if sometime during the week I realize it's not going to happen Saturday because of us traveling, maybe that's the Maybe that's the death knell, but we'll figure it out.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh.
Well, we'll see you next time, Bob.
All right, guys.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
So, Kevin,
Yes.
on not the last, but the one before the last Greatest Show Fight series, Red Baron beat you.
Which is bullshit.
It was an out of nowhere thing, and what I am going to do is I'm going to have to tweak you because apparently you're not set to take a punch.
Which is weird because I could before.
I know, and you even when I brought us all up to the whole spreadsheet version of us, you were kicking ass, but all of a sudden anyone that's got any sort of focus on a punch, you seem to just fall over with a stiff breeze. So I'm going to adjust some of your perks and stuff, the behind the scenes stuff that nobody really knows about, so that I can give you more endurance and make it. I'm going to do more of you standing up focused rather than, because I think you got a lot of submission stuff going on and you just haven't gotten anybody to the floor, so we might as well stand you back up. I'm going to give you a couple of fights with your tweaked version to see how that works, and I'll tweak you until we can get you back in. I'm expecting at this point Metal Jesus beating Red Baron for the championship. So with any luck, it'll be you two fighting for your old championship next time, so that we can keep the host as the focus. And I recently discovered a setting that will collapse a lot of the weight classes down into like 5 or 6 of them. So there won't be. We'll be able to have all kinds of extra matchups that weren't available because of the weight class issue.
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing that I can say that Llama can't is I beat Tyson.
Actually, he also beat Mike Tyson.
Really?
Yeah.
When? I don't remember this. I thought he lost.
You were the welterweight champion. I'm pretty sure he beat Mike Tyson. It's one of the early ones, and it was. He, like, out of the blue said, I want to fight Mike Tyson. I'm like, all right, I'll put you against Mike Tyson, but I don't know how this is going to turn out. Maybe we'll go back and watch it. Actually, I have the spreadsheet. Why don't I just look at what damn episode that was? Desktop. So let's see here. Come on, load. This is great viewing for everybody. But yeah, did you watch the fight at all?
I don't think I watched that one.
Yeah, you should check that one out because it's basically you got knocked out in similar fashion of the way I knocked you out the last time. So it was you're like right now. I mean, as your character stands, you're like the Ronda Rousey of our little fight club, which is meaning that you get knocked out fairly easy. He KO'd Mike Tyson in the second. TKO'd Mike Tyson in the second round on the Greatest Show Fight Series 3. So what episode was that? That would have been on the December 24th episode. This was Christmas Eve. He knocked out Mike Tyson.
Oh.
That would have been before I tweaked anybody, where I was kind of just filling in stats, and then I realized some of us were way too powerful compared to the rest of us. Yeah.
But yes, if you've got art for the the Emerald Spectre stuff, I mean, I don't know how it works for Zazzle, but I know that for Redbubble, you just create an account and you can just toss artwork up there, and it'll just ask you what you want it to be available on.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna lock this in by saying, Trisha, why don't you go ahead and force me tomorrow to put all my logo stuff up for Emerald Spectre on Zazzle, and then I will create something specifically for the Greatest Show also, and then we can start looking at what the options are available there too, since we already have an account there.
Yeah, and then like if we ever get going on the individual shows beyond yours that you do,
Yeah.
those will have its own name and its own logo and stuff. So
You
Yeah,
you
'cause-
should get going on that, by the way, because I'm already 13, 14 episodes into mine.
yeah, I know. It's just mine is like yours does a lot of different stuff, whereas mine I'm trying to work out exactly how it's going to work.
Right now, t-shirts are 25% off until the end of the night.
Okay.
Yeah, I have this annoying thing where I can't actually receive packages where I live, so I've got to check with I've got to let my friends know that I ordered something because I have to have stuff shipped to their place.
Because your address is weird because you live in an alley closet
Well, not just that, but also
without a
you
freezer.
He lives in a basement alley.
well, the way that it works is the only way to get to my where my apartment is you have to there's a front door that you go in through and it leads down into the hallway where all the apartments are, and then my apartment is one of those, but that door has to be opened with a key, so they can't open the door to come in to make deliveries to the doors.
And you don't have a office or management or something within that area.
Right. So if I tried to get something delivered here, they'd just leave it in the alley next to the house.
Right.
So,
yeah, that wouldn't work out very well.
Right. And getting a PO box is such a pain in the ass.
Do you have one of those? Well, I guess it only happens for Amazon, but there's those Amazon lockers that are kind of set up randomly. They're big yellow. They almost look like.
I don't think I've seen anything like that.
Okay, because there's let me see if I can find a picture or something. Because there's one at the gas station near our house, and it's a set of lockers, and so you have something delivered to the locker, and I guess there must be a code or something that you get to put to open up your door to get your package, but I'm imagining that's only going to be for Amazon products.
Yeah,
not anything.
Yeah, see, the main issue that I'm running into with setting up a PO box is that the only time when I could actually go and pick any. Oh no, I haven't seen those. The only time where I could go and pick things up is between 5 and 6 p.m. when I get home during the week, because the post office isn't open on the weekends. The PO box lobby is
right, but the counter. The window.
Right. And that's where you have to go to pick up anything that won't actually fit in the PO box.
Sure. Wow.
And the counter hours tend to line up very closely to when I'm working. So
you can also up the street from us, there's I don't know what it's called. It's like a postal annex or something. And I know that they have PO boxes that you can also purchase, and they probably have better hours. Or UPS stores. I think you can get addresses through UPS stores.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, if you can't have things delivered to your job, then you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, I mean, I might be able to get stuff delivered to where I work, but it's probably not the best idea.
No, wait a while. Wait before you ask that question for a while.
Well, I mean, I've been working for the company for 6.5
True.
now,
That is true.
but I'm also not an executive, so
Mhm.
I mean, I guess I'm important. Like, I honestly don't know what my status is as far as the hierarchy is concerned because, like, I'm the only person in my department who works at this location.
Oh, you're important. They're just never going to let you know that.
Well, because like the workforce management department, which is what the analysts are part of, is based in Roseburg, but I get to work out of the Veneta site because we've got a client who is willing to pay extra to have, you know, their own dedicated person on site.
Oh, nice.
So I'm outside the chain of command for ops, and because I'm part of WFM. But the Veneta site is entirely ops except me.
Huh. Wow.
So, like, there's not even really a good, like, equivalent. Because, like, I would say that my job is probably around equivalent to supervisor level. But they don't treat it that way.
Well,
So
that's because they want to
kind
keep your pay as low as they can, right?
Yeah, so I exist in kind of a gray area where no one actually knows how much authority I have.
Sure. Well, I mean, because like you're saying, it's like the people who should be above your position aren't in your location, but the people
Right,
you work for have nothing to do with the people that should be above you that aren't in your location.
Right. Like, I don't even answer to anyone in the workforce management department in Roseburg. So, like, the only person in the entire company, as far as I know, that I answer to is the program manager for the client that I'm assigned to.
So here's what you do. You kind of treat it like the divorced parent situation, where when you try to do something in your location and they're like, "Are you sure you're supposed to do this?" You'd be like, "Yeah, Roseburg said I can." And then they'll be like, okay.
Yeah, I actually found out last week, and this really annoyed me. The entire analytics team, which is what I was part of before I moved, is entirely different now. Like, everyone that I used to work with on that team has either quit, been fired, or promoted.
Oh.
And it's like, and it's annoying to me because I was next in line for a promotion when I moved. So if I had stayed just like a couple of weeks longer, I would have gotten a promotion.
Oh. That's kind of like DJ with the post office in North Dakota. He stuck it out for, 8 years to get his own route. And we finally gave up and left. And I don't know, I'd say within a year, within a few months.
6 months.
Okay. People were people that were below him were getting routes, which means that he would have had one way before then.
And I guarantee that the reason that started happening is because I left. Basically, they didn't want me to be a regular there, so they were holding out way longer than they should have.
Very much.
Yeah, it just is so weird to me now because, like, people that I trained to do the job originally are now higher up in the company than I am. And all because I moved.
Well, you just got to take life the way I look at it now, and that's fuck those people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're still my friends and everything.
No, fuck them.
I just wish that I hadn't moved now. Well, okay, I don't really wish that I hadn't moved because I hated living in Roseburg, but I wish they had let me transfer with the same position I was already in so that I could have been promoted.
Yeah, they kind of use that move to keep you back. I mean,
Yeah.
it because I know that you even had said several times that it was weird, and I mean I know you got some back pay because you talked about that synthesizer, but still I don't think that. Yeah.
I'm cool with it now.
What did I say? Fuck those people.
They gave him something shiny. He's happy.
Also, wow, I finally got speakers for it.
Impressive.
So I spent most of the afternoon playing with the synthesizer, and I don't know how annoyed my neighbors are, but I hope it's a lot.
Well, you know my thoughts on that. Fuck those people.
Oh my god.
Oh, so I thought of this amazing idea for a prank for one of my neighbors, and so I can't remember either of my neighbors' names. I just refer to them as Sketchy Asian Dude and Sketchy Old Dude.
I remember Sketchy was the beginning of both of them.
But anyways, so I was thinking about just buying a whole bunch of Furbies and just one night at like 2 a.m. Just putting them in like a semicircle around one of their doors. But I was talking to a friend of mine at work, and he was like, "No, you should start slow. Just put one Furby out in the hallway in front of that door, and do that every night for like a month, and then like slowly increase the number until it's like the entire hallway filled with Furbies."
Oh my god.
Well, no, you escalate when they like kick the Furby out of the way or steal the Furby and burn it or throw it away or whatever. Then you have the two like, we saw what you did and now we're watching you, motherfucker.
Well, no, because see, I don't think that it would actually work though, because there are only 3 people who have keys that can access this hallway, and so all that the person would have to do is just check with each of their neighbors and say, "Hey, did you do this?"
So all you got to do is be one of the guys to go, "I don't know what you're talking about. What's Furby?"
I don't see anything in the hall.
What are you pointing at? There's nothing on the floor, dude. Nothing. Just be dead. Just commit to the role. Commit to the role. So I promoted my Jawa scavenger to 7-star, I believe.
So now it's a lead scavenger?
No, it's a Jawa scavenger.
I'm honestly not sure if you're joking or if you didn't get the joke that I said.
I didn't get the joke that you said. I'm old. I'm easily confused, Kevin. What's the joke?
No, you ruined it.
Now I'll never know. So now I have Dathcha, and the Jawa Scavenger at 7 stars, and I'm working on Jawa Engineer and Jawa and Chief Nebit.
We've been on for about 2 hours, you said?
Yeah, we have to get like a couple more minutes, and then we'll be on officially for 2 hours. And then, I mean, if we would like, we can certainly call her quits. It is late.
So I was asking that question just to get a sense of time, not to get an explanation.
Okay.
Because I wanted to say that this is about how long the AirPods last using them as both microphone and speaker.
Oh, okay.
Because they are starting to die.
Oh, all right. Well,
So I I can get about 5 or 6 hours out of them just listening to audio. But when you throw in using the microphone, they die a lot quicker. So I basically at this point, I'm just swapping them back and forth and charging them. So I'm just using one right now.
Gotcha.
I'm so afraid I'm going to lose them.
So I haven't actually canceled my my cell phone contract yet. So right now I've got 2 phones, and I keep getting confused about which one I'm actually supposed to be.
Are they the same phone?
No, one of them is the iPhone 7, and the other one is the Samsung. But like when they're both laying there on the bed, I can't remember which one is which.
So the iPhone 7 is the phone that you canceled?
Well, I haven't actually canceled it yet.
Oh, well,
since there are 2.
You're right. Yeah. I guess the one that you're. What I'm asking is, do you get to keep the phone or do you have to give it back?
Oh, well, I finished paying it off a while ago, so I would keep it, but the screen's all cracked and stuff because it's an iPhone and it has very little durability.
I've never cracked an iPhone, and I've had them since the 4.
See, I've had smartphones for forever, and the iPhone is the only one I ever have broken.
And for me, I've repeatedly broken. Well, no, I haven't actually. Androids just repeatedly wouldn't work. But before smartphones, those are the ones that I would always break.
Back when flip phones were still a thing that people had.
You know, I think I only ever had one flip phone.
I only ever had one flip phone.
I mean, I remember we had the same one. I remember we had one that slid open, and I remember having one that also slid open and had a keyboard underneath it. And I remember that chocolate one that you had and Sean both got.
Of the flip. Well, that was a slider, yeah.
Yeah. I had, because it didn't have a keyboard. It had, I mean, it, yeah. And I had, I mean, cell phones practically didn't exist until we were out of high school.
When my first cell phone broke and I needed it fixed, the company gave me a loaner, and that was a flip phone, but I don't count that one because it was a loaner.
No,
It
we
was
had like
worse.
a silver flip phone for a little while. I remember at one point. It was one of our very first phones that could take pictures.
See, smartphones have been around since back when I was beginning high school. So,
Well, also North Dakota you couldn't get them. Like they weren't available.
Really?
Oh God, yeah.
that,
And the networks, even the networks took forever to get built out there to have decent cell coverage.
why does anyone live there?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Because they were born there and because their family is there and because they don't want to go anywhere else, because in North Dakota they're big fish in little ponds. They don't want to go anywhere else that's not, completely 100% centered around them.
See, I am fully aware that where I live, I am just one of the nameless, faceless hundreds of thousands of people that live in this city. And I like that.
Me too. That's what I love about being out here. I love knowing that I can go anywhere and not run into anyone I know or have ever known or will ever know.
Yeah. Like, actually, this afternoon was the first time I've ever seen anyone that I know outside of, like, actually setting up times to hang out. And even then, it was just some random person that I remembered from work.
I know that, I mean, sometimes with DJ, if we're driving down the street and you pass a mail carrier, he sometimes knows them. So that's a work thing. But, like, as far as me seeing anybody anywhere that I have any connection to, it doesn't happen. In almost 2.5 years, I have seen one of my neighbors on the streetcar downtown by Powell's Books once, and that's the only time I've run into anybody that I've known anywhere. So yeah, I love it. I love not knowing people. I love not being I guess feeling I don't feel obligated to waste my time on anybody here.
Yeah. Well, also, it makes me feel it's nice to be anonymous because, like, the people that you're passing on the street, if you happen to, like, trip over something or whatever, you feel that momentary surge of embarrassment, but then you realize you'll probably never see any of these people ever again.
Right. Yeah. Because I know we always said about Bismarck, you know, we knew people there, and there would always be the, hey, let's hang out, or you'd find out that your friend planned something and completely excluded you. It's like, we don't have to deal with that bullshit anymore.
Which is great. Because out here, it's either let's do something or I'm not going to invite you. Okay, great. There's no bullshit figuring out a social why you weren't invited or finding out these things in post. I mean, I'm so sick and tired of a small town, 65 people do things, and you're the one that gets excluded because someone in that group didn't like something you said 64 years ago about their dog. I mean, it's just a fucking ridiculous bullshit that you don't have to deal with anymore here. It's great.
Well, and I think our problem with North Dakota was it's like you could never get out of high school because nobody leaves there. So you deal with the same people all your life. And out here, we don't have to see any of them, except my brother. And we hardly see him.
And here, I don't get the sense that you did in North Dakota, where it's okay, now that you've graduated from high school, what are you going to do with your life? Oh, I'm going to hang out in the little tiny small town that I live in, and I'm going to be the big badass that gave the beer to all the underage drinkers because that's what I want to be when I grow up. And 15 years later, they're still living in that podunk middle of nowhere buying beer for underage kids.
There are a lot of people that we went to high school with in our town of 3,000 people that have either never left that town or left at some point and decided to move back. The town has 3,000 people.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So when we go back to see my parents, it's going to be full of those people.
How can a town survive with so few people?
There are power plants. So they're one, well, before the oil boom, I think it was the second richest county in the state.
Yeah, but that's
where we're from.
North Dakota.
The plant workers, I mean, they make a lot of money out there. Usually the high school parking lot for the where the students park, they have nicer, newer cars than we've ever owned in our lives because of the plant workers out there.
I don't know. I think our car currently is a lot
well
better.
Now, sure. But yeah, all the parents would buy their kids brand new cars for high school. So, but no, there's with the like I said, with the power plants and the mines and everything that are in North Dakota, I mean, people that's what people do is they graduate from high school, they leave, they fail somewhere else, they decide to go to school for power plant technology, and then they move back to Beulah, and they live there and they work at the plant.
That sounds so boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I want to write a book about this, but I mean, I'm bored before I get to the end of the first chapter.
See, that's why I like where I live, because I am within a couple blocks walking distance of 2 different video game lounges.
Yeah, those don't
Like places
exist.
that you can go and play video games and drink.
Those don't exist there. They might,
Right,
maybe
yeah.
in Fargo they do, but nowhere near where we were, and certainly not in Beulah. Bismarck, where we moved from when we moved out here, they have one comic book store, and the guy is online begging for money because the winter, they got hit with a whole lot of snow this winter versus a lot of past winters. And so, things like shipments and stuff couldn't come in. So basically, this guy, didn't have his inventory was stuck on trucks and such on the interstate and couldn't get to his store. And apparently then the customers couldn't get to his store. And so the bottom line is like he's going, we're out of money. And unless we get bailed out, we have to close. So that's the one comic book store in Bismarck because they can't even support, something like that. Basically, the drinking portion of what you're telling us is fully 100% supported in North Dakota. The video game part wouldn't be. People go out to bars and drink constantly, but they can't do anything while they're drinking because they're too busy drinking.
Right. But see, they're not drinking to have fun the way that we are. They're drinking because they have no other options.
Yes.
What do you want to do tonight? I don't know. Drink at the bar, not a bar, but the bar.
Well, no, that's the one thing that's plentiful out there. There's nowhere that has a bar.
Now, Zap has a bar.
Well, Zap has under 100 people.
Yeah, it does.
And they probably don't even have a grocery store, but they do have a bar.
Yep, and some churches. Don't forget churches.
Yes.
I was out walking around today after I got my...
That's something else North Dakotans don't do. But anyway.
But anyways, I passed like 5 freaking churches within a couple of blocks of my apartment. Downtown. Like, why are there churches in downtown?
I have thought that there are way more churches out here than I expected before we moved out here.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because
you've got a city that is so big that you have to walk for like half an entire day just to get from one end to the other. And there are still like 3 churches each block you pass.
Yeah, there's one just, probably, let's see, we're 2 blocks away from us. But after that one, I can't think of any other that's very close to us. I guess maybe east of us ways.
I told you guys about the one that's just like right up the street from me. That's the Church of Christ Science, right?
I think that sounds familiar.
Wait a minute. You used Christ and science in the same word, and that doesn't work in the same sentence.
Okay, so it's the Church of Jesus Christ, scientist.
Okay.
So like Jesus Christ is a scientist with the way that's phrased.
I need to go to one of the services one of these weeks and just like see what their sermons are like.
That's oh, hey,
because I can totally get behind Cyborg Jesus.
Cyborg Jesus.
Okay, so I guess I'm wrong. There are 4 churches within maybe a 8-block radius of us.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Then if I zoom out like a half mile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Well, I know about two personally on Gleason
that you delivered to.
that I delivered to within a block of each other.
Yeah, you would think that there are so many different denominations just all crammed together all over the place. You would think that they'd have, like, more issues. I would love to see a church turf war.
Church turf war.
There's a Jehovah's Witness across the street from a Methodist church with an American Filipino Christian church kitty corner, and then St. Mary's Romanian Orthodox across the street,
I know where you're
Just-
talking about.
just east of us. That seems like an interesting combination.
Kitty Mau. I've got a pretty princess Kitty Mau.
Yes, you do. There's a church that has this weird symbol on it on Stark. It's like a circle with a triangle in it or something. And it makes me think of The Following or whatever that TV show is that I don't watch on Hulu.
Okay.
Trying to find it on the map here. Oh, here, and it's got a creepy name even. It's called Servants of the Way.
Does it look like that?
Yeah.
The sobriety circle and triangle symbol is the symbol used by Alcoholics Anonymous. That's okay. Maybe that's not the.
Let's see here.
Or is it like one of these?
Let me look at the picture again here. So it's got like a red square
Okay.
with a blue circle inside of it and a yellow triangle inside of that.
Red. Damn it. Square. What color? What's the next color? Blue circle?
Yeah.
Yellow
Here.
triangle. I found it.
Yeah, it's this here.
Okay, so
About Servants of the Way. Let's see here. Esoteric, Christian, spiritual, Gnostic tradition.
yeah, I can't really find anything that looks like that exactly.
Just look up Servants of the Way. Servants of the Way is not a group or organization. There is nothing to join. There is no charge for the work we do. It is a source of initiation into the way. We only wish to share the experiences we have gained over several decades of inner work and bring others into the way of service. The need is great.
So they're a cult.
That's what I was gonna say, damn it.
The way is the path of cosmic initiations that bring the initiate ever closer to the God being within. The great self
It's a cult.
is all there is. There is nothing else.
It is a fucking cult.
Now,
So
if
it's
it-
on Stark and 86th.
So if they're a fucking cult, then maybe they've got some sort of sex aspect to it, and that might be interesting. But
Well, I mean, pretty much every cult has a sex aspect to it.
what?
Jonestown, the David Koresh, like,
And the whole sex thing is usually with the leader of the cult.
right. The leader of the cult is allowed to have sex with your wife and daughters.
I need to start a cult, is what I'm hearing.
Ew.
But I only have sex with cross-dressers like you.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna regret telling you guys about that, aren't I?
You're going to regret telling us a lot of stuff. Oh, I got a kitty. Hi, kitty, kitty.
That's hilarious.
Hey, at least the stabbings are cool.
Yeah, I have to admit that raises your cool level at least 3 points for each stabbing.
Oh, my. This Servants of the Way will do a wake-up call. A daily audio mini message to ponder, listen to, and pray about on topics that matter.
So it's a mind control cult.
How weird.
This Miniver just said, I said that next time she's in Portland, we totally gotta go out for drinks or something. And she's like, yes, I have to meet Isis. And I said, absolutely. She's part snake too. Only when she's
Bitchy kitty.
bitchy kitty.
Oh, but speaking of Portland, when is Rose City again?
September.
I'll tell you exactly when. Look at her cult pictures.
Here's my cult pictures.
Yeah, see, that is definitely a cult.
Rose City Comic Con is September 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Okay, so I definitely have to go to that.
I have that whole week off if I want, but I'm probably only going to take the Wednesday, Thursday off. I don't know.
Yeah, see, I need to figure out a cosplay for it, though.
You can go as...
Also, this year, well, starting this year, they're doing a 3-day show. Of course, not that you have to be there 3 days, but it's going to start Friday.
Well, what I was going to say is you could be Steampunk Sinestro, and I could be Steampunk Green Lantern.
Kitty, kitty.
I don't know. I don't think that I could pass for Sinestro.
We just paint you pink.
No. See,
Oh,
I'm trying to think of characters that I already somewhat resemble.
Oh, so well, I mean, if we go back to the North Dakota conversation, you do kind of resemble creepy guy that refuses to leave town.
Gee, thanks. Nick.
But he's only leaving because he doesn't have a car, not because he
No.
doesn't want to. And there's no public transportation to get him out of there.
Kevin, it's late. I'm picking on the low-hanging fruit here. Got a lot to do with the fact that my foot was swollen earlier, and I think I'm okay now, but my toe feels weird, which is what caused the whole issue in the first place. Sorry, didn't mean to insinuate that you don't know how to leave a small hometown after graduating so you can score with all the underage. That's what I love about those high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same.
The place I graduated from at least had a population of 40,000. So
I was in the Navy with guys that graduated
Adam.
from New York. Go ahead.
Adam West is going to be at Rose City Comic Con.
Okay. Graduated from New York City in one of those schools, and one guy said, "Yeah, I graduated on Thursday that week." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, they broke us up into thousands, and they fit 1,000 into each of the weekdays." And I'm like, "Holy shit!" Yeah, it was pretty long.
yeah, my graduating class was about 1,000.
Mine was 63.
Mine was 69
Woo!
because I think 3 of them flunked. We would have had more. 2 or 3 people didn't
Hey,
graduate from our class.
Kevin, the year I graduated, Dodge, Golden Valley, Zap, Twin Buttes. They didn't have any graduates that year.
Wow.
But you just heard how many names I named. Dodge, Golden Valley, Zap, Twin Buttes. Oh, and Halliday. I forgot about that. All those towns make up one high school. No
Gee.
graduates.
There's a lot of them like that in North Dakota.
See,
Where
I
there's
I did go to a school when I was like kindergarten, first grade, which was a private school with a total of something like 43 students, kindergarten through 12th grade.
My dad went to a school like that. It was called a farmhouse school, and it was because of the small town he lived in the 50s.
Yeah, so we had an average of like 4 people per grade, and
I gotta undrink a drink. I am still listening.
it was a stupid private school. I hate private schools.
Well, in Beulah, we didn't have any. We did have sort of a private school for a couple years after we were both out. I want to say it only lasted for 2 or 3 years at most, and then it closed.
Yeah, the place I went to was a private Catholic school.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say that in Bismarck that there are private schools, but they're religious. And I know there's a Catholic one, and I'm pretty sure there's a Christian one.
Yeah, I think that could be why I absolutely hate religion.
Well, you don't have to go to a private Catholic school to hate religion, because neither DJ or I went to one.
Did I tell you guys that I'm an ordained minister?
I don't think so. So is Bob, though. Oh, and I think DJ might be from the internet.
I am too.
Who did you get ordained through?
Universal Life Church online.
See, I have an ordination from them. I'm also ordained through the First United Church of Cthulhu, and also one other one that I can't remember right now.
Bob is also ordained, by the way, and he's actually performed weddings.
I've been told by people that they want me to officiate their weddings, but none of them have actually gotten married yet.
Well, they haven't filled the prerequisite, which is to stab you first. Kevin, we'd like you to officiate our wedding.
Seal the deal.
Seal the deal with blood.
See, I think that in order for me to actually want to officiate someone's wedding, it would have to be like the right kind of wedding.
Like a Betazoid wedding.
Well, like a friend of mine a couple of years ago was talking to me about when she gets married, she wants to do like a Halloween themed wedding, and I would totally officiate that. But like regular, just boring vanilla weddings, not really worth the time.
Did my Betazoid wedding joke go completely? Did nobody catch? I know.
I have no idea what that.
Okay, so Deanna Troi on Star Trek: The Next Generation is a Betazoid. So a Betazoid wedding is everyone that is in attendance of this wedding is buck ass naked. It's Betazoid tradition.
I don't think I would want to witness that.
There's a serious gun battle going on outside, or someone is hammering on something they shouldn't be. And of course, now it stops. Now that I've quieted down.
See, something I've learned about weddings, based on the ones that I've attended, is that at least 3/4 of the people in attendance you don't want to see naked.
Well, you know, like the grandmothers and grandfathers. Yes, you don't want to see them naked.
Right. Plus, some people are just ugly.
Yes, there are lots of people that are just ugly. Not me though. I'm beautiful. And my wife, of course, is beautiful too.
Oh, if you see DJ's profile picture on Facebook, it's our wedding picture.
Yeah, I saw that. You both look so young.
Well, it was 19 years ago.
So how old were you guys at the time?
I had just turned 20 the week before.
So I would have been 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
And
don't really
I had hair back then.
see. It's weird because like it's a picture of you two younger than me, but it's hard for me to. Like,
And me, I was only 22, and that was my second wedding.
And we were both skinny.
We were both skinny. It was awesome.
I could not do that. Like, I honestly don't think that I could ever get married.
You can. It'll happen.
No, see, like, I honestly can't imagine a time when I would want to.
See, and you'll know. It'll happen, and you'll be like, this is it. This is the one.
Meow meow.
See, I noticed that you said that you had hair back then, but this picture cuts off right at where your hairline would begin.
Now,
So
this
I
Click
don't
on
know
it.
if there's a-
yeah, click
I-
on it.
Try clicking
did-
on it.
I did.
Oh.
Oh.
So there is no visual proof that you ever
DJ,
had.
the picture's right above your head.
Oh, yeah, there we go. No, I had that was way before the balding happened. Oh, come on, don't get stuck. Oh, there we go. Wow. Let me wipe us off.
We're kind of dusty.
Yeah, we are. All right, clean that puppy up. And then we'll make me the primary so everybody can see see our beautiful faces. See, plenty of hair up there.
That's not coming through very clearly, but I believe you.
Wait, here, this might help a little bit.
Let's see here.
Now, if I had access to basically every yearbook except the year that I graduated, which oddly enough, I don't know if I'm even in that book except for the class photo picture. I have many a yearbook photo with all kinds of wavy long hair. It was awesome.
Yeah, see, I think my senior picture for high school, I didn't have my hair tied back. I had it just long and over my shoulders, and it came down to like almost to my waist.
I had super long hair. So the year that I had super long hair, I basically managed to avoid damn near every single photo ever. So I have a photo that happened when I started growing it, which there was quite a long mullet going on. Yeah, I had a mullet. And then right after I cut it off, because I was going into the Navy, so I cut off basically at the neck the hair. So I have like a big poofy top head from what was left. So I don't really have any pictures with me with the super long hair that I did all kinds of neat stuff with. I'm very sad that I cut it off. Very sad.
See, I have barely any pictures of myself either.
There you go, Kevin. Right there. Look at that beautiful mane of luscious forehead.
You have such a huge forehead.
It's an 8 head. Okay, it's a 5 head because it's 5 fingers. Now the forehead. Wait, hold on. God damn, I swear there's a gun battle out there. I've always had a big forehead, but if I think my hairline used to be right about here. The closest hair that I have now of any substance is way the fuck back here.
So it's even bigger.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you two chatter a bit. I'm gonna open up the door to see what I can hear, and I'm gonna shut the mic off. So
Okay. I have an appointment to get my hair cut and colored before we go back to Beulah so that I can horrify the state by having colored hair.
Yeah, I need to get my hair cut, but I honestly have no idea what kind of haircut I would even want. Because like what I've got right now is just the result of putting it back into a ponytail and just cutting that ponytail off.
Well, mine is mine is quite long compared to this. Because this was the first time I got my I think this was the first time that I got my my asymmetrical cut with the color. So I have to go at least 2 inches off the short side and a whole lot more off the long side. And I'm gonna have her. I might have more hair colored too, but I'm thinking about getting something that fades from one color to another, like turquoise to green or
Yeah.
green to
Also,
pink. Or
also make sure that it's like a pixie cut or a mohawk.
well, just getting an asymmetrical haircut is crazy enough for North Dakota to not understand, because your hair is longer on one side than it is on the other.
I did think about doing that whole color fade thing with my beard, and then letting the top color be yellow, so that when my hair grows out a little bit, my blonde just melts right into the yellow. But I'm also thinking of not doing that and just having Trisha. She's definitely going to braid my beard while I'm gone, so I'm going to have a Viking. I'll take pictures with it. Viking goatee looking.
I have purple hair coloring in the bathroom.
I don't want my beard purple.
Well, then I guess it's going to stay that color.
Yep.
I have to get mine bleached first.
I don't have that problem.
Well, luckily, I still have that problem.
You know, I would really like it if my hair like didn't go gray, but like started going silver at the temples. I really like the way that looks.
I think if I part my hair the wrong way, I am like that. I can't tell.
You're
right here?
You don't have like a streak or anything. It's just like the stray hair now and then.
Yeah.
I apparently have gray hair growing, but you can't tell because I shaved my head and my beard doesn't reflect it. So I don't know how gray I'm actually at this point in time.
You're also blonde.
Which makes things worse, yes.
Well, right. Not for, I mean, most people don't look at it that way. Most people are like, you can't see it. Whereas my hair is very dark.
I wanted to dye my beard silver at one point and then just like the tips green. That would have been awesome. Somebody didn't think that was a good idea. Right. That would be you.
Yeah. I honestly don't even think I've seen anyone out here with a dyed beard.
I have.
Have you, Kevin?
Yes.
Okay.
There are several of them at work.
Okay.
The dyes that I've seen is basically it looks like they had extra hair coloring, so they did their beard too. At least that's the impression I get. So unless I start buying those Halloween wigs with the solid color just to wear on my head now and then, I guess the beard is the only thing I got to play with.
Maybe we can dye our kitty. We can put a stripe on her.
I believe that all of us, including the person doing the dying, as if that was a third person, would all suffer greatly. So I don't like that idea.
Oh, okay.
See, my grandma used to have a white dog. I can't remember what breed it was, but she used to take Sharpies and just draw on him.
Oh my god. A poor dog.
You would just lay there and just let it happen.
Like it's kind of like getting petted.
With a
Suppose as long as it doesn't lick it.
yeah, that would be the problem.
I know, just where Isis can't reach.
And she
You know,
always
like
she would draw a black circle around one of his eyes.
Oh,
I have no idea why.
She sounds like an idiot.
There's a spot on Isis's back that she can't reach, and I know this because I like to put Scotch tape on it to torture her. So that's the spot we can die and not have to worry about her eating it.
Well,
Yes, Kevin, I feel like you have questions.
I don't have questions. I have condemnations.
I also have some condemnation sitting on the kitchen's. Oh, those are condoms. Never mind.
When the
That's
kitty
not-
is mean to me, I torture her back.
It's true.
Right, kitty kitty?
She's part snake.
When we were kids, my brother would take an ace bandage and wrap it around the cat's belly, and they can't walk. Like when you wrap the cat's belly up like that, they can't walk. So he'd wrap her up, and then he'd set her up on her feet, and she'd try to walk, and she'd fall over. And then our other cat, she it was so weird. When she would lay on her back on the carpet, you could like push her around on the carpet, kind of like a car, like a toy. You know, you just she'd slide around on the carpet on her back, and he would do that in circles with her, and she loved it.
Kevin has many questions right now.
Well, let me see if I can find Isis's new toy. She had it in here. Oh, I think it's in the bathtub with her. Yep, she's in the bathtub with it. So, the cat's new favorite toy on the planet is the when you buy shoe inserts and they're, you know, one size, but they're too big. So you cut off that sliver on the front. That's her favorite toy. The sliver that got cut off.
Yeah, you were telling me about that last week.
My God, she loves it so much.
It's beyond hilarious.
I'm pretty sure she's in the bathtub. And I'm mobile. Hi, kitty kitty. Yep, there it is. There's a kitty. Kitty, go get it. Oh, go get it. We want to see you play with it. Go get it.
Not while you're watching. The world can see. I don't want the world to see what I'm doing.
Maybe she'll go drag it out here again.
Maybe.
Ow. Her
So I was telling my friends at work about your what is it, gluten-free water or whatever it is.
Yeah. What about it?
We were just having a laugh at your expense.
It is funny.
Gluten-free
Like when
water.
the whole gluten-free thing came out, and all of a sudden anything that was naturally gluten-free had a big sign on it that said gluten-free. Like sour cream, that's the one that always sticks in my head. It's saying sour cream is now gluten-free. With the water and non-GMO.
Yeah,
Did you remember that one?
yeah. I told them that one, and like how what?
Woo! Here's the
I
kitty.
mean, I almost feel like that has to be like satirical, right? Because
would
how
hope
could
so.
anyone that there is GMO water anywhere?
Do you really want to ask these questions, Kevin? I mean, really? Some of the answers will be scary.
I don't want to, but
All right, I got you and the cat up, hon.
Okay. Hello, kitten. There it is. No, don't! Ah! She's batting at the camera.
Or is she batting?
Why
at
do you
the
have to
camera
lay on the
first?
darkest object in here? Oh God. Take it away and throw it, but I know she's gonna hurt me.
You laugh.
It's like,
She usually,
not to be-
ow! Play, kitty. Okay, I'll stop watching you. Now you can play.
I feel like cat ownership is in some way related to Stockholm syndrome.
And there she goes. Meow meow. Get it, kitty. Well, she likes to drop it off the edge of the bed, and then she has to go down and get it back up here.
Whew. Yeah, she does that.
Oh, now I see that DJ's ignoring me too.
I'm not ignoring you. I've already seen the kitty do all these things.
But it's still fun. Off the edge of the bed.
So
Right at the
I got
end of her
involved I got involved in the discussion the other day at work about how parental affection is just a form of domestic Stockholm syndrome. And there were lots of people who wanted to argue against me, but none of them could come up with any actual arguments.
No, kitty.
It was kind of like when I used a spreadsheet to prove that free will doesn't actually exist.
Wait a minute. How did you get a
And-
spreadsheet to prove that free will doesn't exist?
Oh, this was a couple of years ago. So what I did was I took a bunch of personality traits of, the people that I was going to be talking to about it, and I came up with like different scenarios and then listed their personality traits and basically found out what percentage of a chance that there was that each of them would make, each individual type of decision when presented with that question. And then when we were talking, I asked the questions of each of them, and they each answered. And I showed them where I had mathematically proven ahead of time what their choice was going to be. And it was like, if it's possible for someone to do that, that means you do not have free will.
That's like the thing in Westworld.
Yes. Have you seen Westworld?
Yes. See, the
Yeah,
thing
with
is, like,
that Western chick.
You mean the madam?
Yeah, when they showed her, she's like, this is free will, and they're like, no, it's not. It's in the script. It's right here.
right. I mean, because every decision that any human being will ever make is just the eventual output of a computer program based on your previous experiences.
Very true.
The only way for you to make a decision that's based entirely on free will is to make the decision based entirely on instinct, which still proves that you don't have free will.
Well, I could totally swipe your test off the map, but I would be your atypical test. I would be I would be your chaotic element that you would have a hard time fitting into your statistics. So I'm the outlier.
See, I feel like you think that, but only because you now know that that's something that I did. If you weren't aware of that beforehand, you probably would answer with what your most likely answer would be.
Most of the online Facebook quizzes, I answer in a chaotic manner specifically to see how fucked up I can get the answers to be. That's as close as I can give you as an example, though.
Okay, but do you do that during a normal conversation with friends, though?
Well, that would
Because
require
content-
me to have friends to have normal conversations with. I guess we do this on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had hung out with me and Bob back in the day, which of course now I'm referring to a Wednesday because anytime you say back in the day, it's a Wednesday. Then you would see that we were fairly chaotic back then. There was very little rhyme or reason to what we did, and it was very weird, but we did it. I would say that Bob is far more chaotic than I am, but I'm still pretty chaotic. I am your loose cannon in a zombie situation because I'm the guy that's not going to put up with shit.
That still makes you fairly predictable.
God damn it, I'm going to take an axe to your fucking head when you're a zombie so that I can prove that that's not...
And I knew that you were going to use a vague threat.
I'll murder all of your ancestors from history. All right, I'm going to create a time machine and wipe you off the face of...
And that's something that you've said before.
I haven't invented it yet, all right? I have to keep making the threat till the invention happens.
But yeah, once you know someone and have talked to them enough, you can predict their response to almost any situation.
I do get that. Yes, if I was going into something and you were looking for honest to goodness responses, you'd probably get a lot of mine right. There will be, like I said, the outliers. You'd be like, what? Why? And then that would throw things off a little bit, but it's gonna be just enough to make you go, I don't know what I did wrong here.
Yeah, but then again, I can prove almost anything using a spreadsheet.
I can program almost anything using a spreadsheet. Hey, since there's only 3 of us here to make this decision, do we want to do an NFL Picks League this year?
What's that?
We pick which teams will win each week, and then
I don't know anything about the NFL or
I
So-
pick by
sports.
color and logo.
So you and Trisha would be in the same boat. Now, I can honestly say that I will only do marginally better than you guys because I like to overanalyze the games. We could also do the other thing, which is every week you pick one team that you think is going to win. But you can only use that team once the entire year, and you can't use them anymore. And if you pick a team to win and they lose, you're out. You're eliminated.
I feel like I wouldn't make it past the first week.
Okay.
Well, in that case, I mean, with what he's saying, you have a 50-50 odds. Of,
Oh,
I mean, because you're gonna pick a team and they're gonna play another team and they either win or lose.
Because I can totally pick the Nebrahoma Piggers and say that that is the team that it's a guaranteed win, and they could lose that week, and everybody would be like, "Wow, I didn't expect them to lose," and be like, "Yeah, I thought the Nebrahoma Piggers would win too." That's a oatmeal reference, by the way. The Nebrahoma. Nebrahoma is a thing he says a lot, and Piggers is his generic football team.
I knew Piggers, but I didn't know the other part.
He's also the one that said Oriental food in most cities or in most small towns is the diarrhea dragon. Oriental food in large cities is all like Vietnamese, and Chinese, and Japanese, and all the distinct different versions. So, because small towns can't afford to do a Chinese own, like Beulah wouldn't survive with a Korean restaurant. They have to do the diarrhea dragon.
I hear they have a Mexican restaurant now.
We better eat there before it closes.
Yeah, that'll be the.
let's see. Restaurants within just 2 blocks of my apartment. Got the ramen place across the street, an Indian restaurant, Mexican restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, a Taiwanese fusion place, and a coffee house.
We've got a tap room, Bridge City Tap Room. We've got a Burgerville. We've got how many blocks? 2?
Yeah.
We've got
There's a Mexican place before Bridge City Tap Room,
yeah.
and I think there's another Mexican place across the street, across 82nd.
Yeah, I think there's
or
a Don.
pizza or
I
something.
think there's a Don Pedro over there.
Yeah,
There's
there's that Rainbow Dragon
Yeah, there's the Rainbow Dragon.
Chinese. Then there's another Mexican restaurant across from Safeway.
We're in a weird spot though, so I mean, we don't have as many options, I guess.
Yeah,
in
and then there's a
walk-
Little Caesars and a KFC and a McDonald's,
Yeah, there are those.
Arby's, Taco Bell.
See, I wish that I had more fast food in my immediate area. Because the only fast food place within walking distance of my apartment is Subway. Everywhere else is actual restaurants.
But as far as healthy eating goes, I mean, that's as good as you're going to get, I guess, for fast food. But I know that you're probably looking for the greasy burger once in a while.
I haven't had any burgers since I moved into my new apartment because there is nowhere around here to get them.
You know how to fix that, right? Get a license and a car.
I made burgers earlier this week at home.
Yeah. Or you could get a bike and ride there.
Yeah, I mean, I could just buy hamburger patties from the store, but I don't have anything to cook them on.
Nor do you have any place to store leftovers or ice cream, as we have learned.
Well, he has a fridge. He doesn't have a freezer.
But is his fridge full of beer and whatever else he's drinking?
No, I actually, it's the exact same these that I haven't, because I bought a 6-pack of these, and I drank one during the last show, and then this one.
So, and for me, this show, I've had a pineapple cider, I have had a Henry's Hard Orange, and then I've had that cherry.
Oh, you found the pineapple cider?
Yeah.
I can buy it. I think I can get it at our Winco. Other than that, I have to go to like World Market. But yeah, if you go in the way back corner of the walk-in cooler of our Winco, you can find the pineapple cider.
And I don't see that the Henry's Hard Grape is very prevalent yet, but it's starting to get more prevalent. And I don't think it's
You
going to have.
found it at a Safeway, I think, right?
Yeah, and I mean it's going to start getting better because I mean it is tasty. So it's not. I only see good things for future of hard sodas from Henry Reinhardt's.
Yeah. See, I do not drink at all. I have, in the last 2 weeks, I had the pineapple cider at Level Up. I had 2 of these things, and I drank like 2 sips of a margarita when I went out with one of my friends.
I'm only drinking on these shows. I mean, I'm not drinking at all during the week.
Yeah, but I think that you've still had more to drink in the last 2 weeks than I have.
Probably.
Which is weird because, I am the one who's in my 20s and should be drinking all the time.
Yeah, but you're hanging out with a 41-year-old and his really hot wife online.
And I mean, does the 41-year-old really have anything left to live for? So he has to drink now.
Wow.
That was harsh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least you don't have to say that, you've got a mortgage to pay every month, so you're depressed and you drink, and a car payment, and, kids to deal with, and you actually like your wife, so.
Yeah, I do.
See? So there aren't reasons to drink.
Especially with events like the Rainbow.
Oh, Jesus. Shut up.
And that's an inside joke, folks. So we are at hour 3 here.
Cool. Let's go to bed.
Oh. I love that idea. Kevin, you have anything else to add?
Not really.
I'm going to make an executive decision, and I'm going to do it on the air, and I'm going to say that there's going to be no show next week. I don't want to put myself and her under pressure. I don't want to try to jam anybody into the slot of trying to run this show yet without having run a couple with me on it. So,
right.
I will start scheduling all 3, Bob and you and Metal, to run shows that I will be on to see if we're good with how it works, and then we'll Trisha and I will be able to take weekends off then and be like, you guys have a show, have fun, and then we can schedule who's on when ahead of time.
Alrighty. Dang. So if there's not going to be a show next week,
You should
I
have
have
a
to
date.
find something to do.
Yeah, you should get a date. Get a date, and you might have to go home with her.
Yeah. See, I don't really see that happening.
You don't have any prospects on the horizon?
Not really. No. I mean, there's a cute goth girl that was in the training class for the program that I'm working on, but I don't think I'm actually allowed to ask her out.
Probably not.
Pass her a note. Yeah, whatever.
DJ, that would be like when you, as a supervisor at the post office, couldn't hang out with carriers.
Well, I could. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to tempt that fate, I guess, if it would put it.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure how it would work since I'm not technically in their chain of command, but probably against the rules.
Oh, well, see, here's where what I said earlier comes in. You tell the people in your local office that Roseburg said it was okay to date.
Yeah, they said it's
Done deal.
Yeah, just tell them. Oh yeah. So the guys up in Roseburg said that it's totally cool if I sleep with coworkers.
Yep.
And then when Roseburg calls and asks you about it, you go, "Well, locally here in Eugene, they said it's just fine. I mean, they're
Exactly.
not in my chain of command, so it's great."
Yep. All good.
You guys are a terrible influence. You know?
Yeah, we are. It's terrible. Terrible. Oh, well, let's pack this shit up since we had one fucking viewer earlier. If we've had other viewers, nobody jumped into the chat. So I'm going to need both of you to sort of hang on a minute because I am going to record the part of the intro right now. So if you want to hang on just a second, okay? You'll know when it's over. Are you right? All right, here we go. It's hosting time. Okay, it's over. So
Why did we have to be here for that?
you didn't have to be here for that, but you had to be quiet for it so that it was just me. So yeah. So when I say run the intro, that plays, and then whoever's on the show, those Q Ranger intros get put in. So like tonight, it'll be me, and then Bob, and then Trisha, and then Kevin, and then I will make some sort of slide for Miss Miniver.
Yep.
So since we are all tired except for Kevin.
2/3.
Yeah.
It's a majority.
Yeah, if 2/3 of us are tired because we're old, and the other one's going to stay playing. Oh, I saw a meme online, Kevin, that totally fits you 100%. It's a picture of Snape with his arms up like this, and the question posed on the top was, "What time do you go to bed?" And your response is, "I don't know, 10ish, sometimes 4."
Just a sec before you guys go, I have something for this that I want to show you.
Oh my! I haven't even made you primary so that we can see it.
Yeah, it'll take me a sec. I have more than 1,000 pictures on my phone. So
Oh, I'm a photographer. I got all kinds of pictures.
actually, they're all memes that I saved from the internet.
I collect memes because I got nothing better to do.
I really need to organize these into folders or something.
I organize terrible things. I can't do anything with. Yeah,
Okay.
Let me keep going. All right.
Oh, God.
Let's see. Going to bed before 4 a.m. What are you, a casual? Is that a thing?
Yeah, casuals are not a good thing. You do not want to be a casual.
Well, then I'm not a casual, but I'm old.
It's an MMO term.
Okay, good, because I've paid my dues. I get to go to bed when I'm damn well tired. Party dues. Kitty, don't. I don't want you up there. No, Kitty. But anyway, why don't we say goodbye to everybody before I? Oh shit. Say goodbye to everybody. end the show, and then we'll see you in 2 weeks. I'll send messages though every once in a while. Keep everybody alive. So, thanks for joining me, Kevin.
Yep. It was fun.
Yeah. Oh, and Miss Miniver said she loved it, so she's probably gonna. I guarantee she'll pop back in the future.
That's good. It was nice having her.
Yeah. My worry with inviting other people is that they're going to stay quiet while we all talk, and then unless we directly engage them. But she just took right off the bat. I was like, yeah. So yeah. In fact,
she was more vocal than I've ever been. So
well, I was kind of paying attention early on, and I'm pretty sure that for the first 30 to 45 minutes, only the two ladies were doing 99% of the talking, and then we all got to jump in.
That's good. We need more of that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
I enjoy talking to people who aren't DJ and Bob.
I hear a show coming on that I get the night off of.
Well, that one night, I want to say just Bob and I were on. I mean,
the night I was watching a UFC event and I set you guys up and then kind of let you go.
Yeah, because I remember sitting in the bedroom. So yeah, it must have been that night.
Okay.
Yeah, we basically talked politics.
Yeah. Well, for thank you for joining me, hon. And I mean, you could have sat out here with me, but I guess this whole multiple people on the bottom thing worked.
When I don't know, it doesn't always. Well, when you started getting echoey out there, I guess I assumed that you were going to use AirPods. And so I figured I was out at that point. But I bet between the two of us, we could use one pair.
Yes, we could. But I haven't hooked them up to my computer since that first time I tried. The second time I tried.
That's right. I forgot. They don't work.
Well, I imagine that I have to go jumping through hoops and stuff. And now that I know about the gear in this little window here, I think maybe I can make it work. But it's just easier not to do it that way. So, my God, the cat is going batshit crazy out here. So, thanks everybody for joining us. We will see you in 2 weeks, and hopefully I am not filled with scratches and dead because the cat is really going batshit crazy on this couch. So, bye.
Bye.